Gentlemen. I'll be with you folks in just a couple of minutes. Give me a moment and I'll get situated. Hope you gentlemen are enjoying, well, maybe that's not the best word, having some reflection on this day, September 11th, Saturday, almost 20 years to the day that the terrorist attacks on this country took place. And of course, that can be a subject for discussion here. I hide nothing and I save nothing. I put it all on the fucking table. Leave it on the field, as they would say, every single time. Hang tight, gents. Yeah, move this motherfucker right over here. You have to forgive the shitty attire. I just got out of work, and I figured to myself, why would I waste time taking a shower, changing my clothes, when I could just get out here and turn this motherfucker on and say hello. So, hey, let's see if I can back this one up a little bit. There you go. Maybe that works. If you hear a muffled sound, it's my AC that just came on. Don't be concerned. Let me get back up to the top of the chat here, gents, and see what's going on. Look at that. You can see that ring. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, man. Oh. You don't want it. No, you don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. No, you don't. You don't want it. I can tell by the look in your eyes that you don't want it. That's okay. It's all right. Maybe we'll do it here in a minute. All right. Populous Pimp PPT, Master Wrench in the house. First in the house. Congratulations, sir. Outstanding. Mouth Agape Ape. Yo, man. Yo. Don't worry. I'll get this setup even more complete, and then I'll be able to zoom in on that shit when I do that. Waldo Smith, smile. Absolute Knowledge Seekers, Hammerhand. Good to see you recovered quickly. There was no recovery time. I've been expecting this for months. Bro, let me tell you something. Chronic said when we were on the stream together and the channel got dropped, my fucking emails got nuked, all kinds of shit, ridiculous shit. And I said, I was expecting this. I knew that it was going to happen. He says, man, Hammer's 33,000 channel. It wasn't 33,000. It was on the way to 39,000. Almost a 40K channel. The first Hammerhand channel was 88K when they knocked it down. Now, they were only showing you 19,000. They were only showing you 19,000. It wasn't 19,000. It was 88,000 subs on that fucking channel. Buck Fitches. Yo, Hammer. One more again. Sir Yeetus. What's up? I'm buzzed right now, but can I be a mod? You know what, Yeetus? I'm going to get you that because as a member of the war band, you have a tremendous responsibility. I'm not even shitting with you on that one. Yes, sir. You're a moderator now. Please do not abuse the privilege. Oh, and for the mods, when we get our biggest fans up in here, let them go for a minute, and then, we'll see what they got to say. If they've got something to say, my ears are always open. If they're just, and they're a fucking bobblehead and all kinds of shit, we just get rid of that. Silly. Psychosoap, Master Wrench in the house. Jim McIntosh, SA. What's SA? With a question mark. What is that? Sigma Rodan. Afternoon, Hammerhand. Afternoon, Sigma. How you doing, man? Absolute Knowledge Seekers had a question. Did you already have 2 strikes when they nuked it, or they just decided to terminate it with no warning and less than 2 strikes? Here's how it went. Here's how the history of the strikes. I got my first strike, said, okay, no problems, blah, blah, blah. Got the second strike, and I said, well, I think they're hunting. I think they're hunting. And it's always about fucking females. It's always about females. You could show some bitch murdering her kids in cold blood, and if you put it up there and you called her a murderer, your channel would get a strike. Because they can't propagate that kind of truth. It's just too strong. It's too powerful. The second strike sat around for 30 days or 45 days, or whatever the term is on that, and it disappeared. And then the day that one disappeared, I got a second strike again. Got a second strike again. That one was supposed to disappear, what was it, September 5th or something. It was something like that. Or September 9th, something like that. And I got on the fucking stream with Chronic, and I'm sitting here just waiting out the next couple of days for this thing to get off of there, to be gone. And third strike comes up. They didn't give me the strike. They showed me the video that they struck, which was a completely innocuous video. And they marked it as medical misinformation. It was some woman from New York. She's been mentioned in the chat before here with the short fucking dyke black haircut and the little big ass glasses. And she's just sort of doing some street poetry about the farce that this bullshit is. And they marked that as medical misinfo and canceled the channel. They destroyed the channel. I knew that was coming. That brings up another one. You know, I made a video about this. I'll still put the video up. I don't know why that blanked out like that over here. I'll still put the video up, but fuck that. I don't need that. I'll still put the video up, but it's bizarre, utterly fucking bizarre to think that there are people out there that are saying that my channel got canceled by me. That I took 30 million subs and shit canned them, or 30 million views and almost 40,000 subs. And you know, fuck it. He's just trying to drum up some shit so he can. I've never done that, and I'll never do that. What surprised me was that there were people that were actually saying, well, got any proof? I'd love to see those receipts. Yeah, there's no receipts there. No receipts. Absolute lunacy, ridiculousness, stupid. It's just somebody trying to start shit. The original beef, speaking of starting shit, just got done watching a short about Skyrim, and the shout was epic. Sent Sir Yeetus the link for an obvious reason. Okay. That's not on me. I don't know what's going on there. The Populous Pimp PPT 911 was an inside job. It's possible. Can't say that it's impossible. I can't say that because I don't know. But with all of the peripherals that have been explored, all of the ancillaries that have been found to be where they were, possible. Do you think for 1 second that our government didn't allow Pearl Harbor to happen? Of course they did. And the comparison of this to Pearl Harbor was absolutely disgusting. No way. I think at one point in time we had soldiers, we had police officers, we had members of our community looking out for us. I don't believe that anymore. I think that you've got some nice folks out there on both ends, be it soldier or civilian police officer, that do the job, that like helping people, but they're just not indoctrinated enough yet. And that happens to all of them, whether they want it or not. If it doesn't go down that way with these people, they disappear. If they refuse to toe that line, they disappear. They leave. And then some other Marxist Bolshevik piece of shit fills that slot. That's the thing that was being brought up here not too long ago with these police officers that were quitting in droves, filing for early retirement. What's the end result of that? Was it intentional? That's the first thing. You have to think to yourself, did somebody actually sit down and manifest this shit to make police officers quit so that we could install our own brand of cop? I think that's entirely possible. Entirely possible. These people are fucked up, and it's not going to get easy anytime soon. It's not. Jim McIntosh, True Sherm needs subs. Yeah, man. Look, if you guys don't know who True Sherm has actually got a pretty decent channel. You know, when he's running stuff, when he's doing this thing. TRUSHERM, Sherm, True Sherm. Go give that brother a sub, man. And tell him Hammerhand sent you. Rib Grunt, yo, Brutus, what's up? Rib Jim McIntosh, Donovan Warland needs subs. I don't know who that is, so I can't make any recommendations on that front. Sorry about that, bro. Sir Yeetus, the original beef. Where's the link? Don't know. Polska Bob, Master Wrench. Hello, Hammerhand. What's up, Polska? And this motherfucker jumped. Of course it jumped. Why would it not jump? Every damn time. There we go. Jim McIntosh, I was shocked that day. I was too. Let me tell you my day. For September 11th, 2001. I was working night shift at a 7-Eleven. I came in. I sat down at the edge of my bed. My then wife was still sleeping, something that she did a lot. And I turned on the TV, and in 2001, I had picked up it was either the PlayStation or the PlayStation 2. I think it was the PlayStation 2 at that point in time. And I had Formula One 2001 in there, and I was a rabid F1 guy at that point. IndyCar first, always for me, but Formula One wasn't too far off. And I ran an entire race distance, won the race, wrote down all my stats, sat there for a minute with my back up against the bed. I usually sit on the floor no matter where I go. That's years and years and years of conditioning. Sitting on furniture with my big ass is not the best idea. So if you've got tender furniture, don't invite me over. I'm just saying. I turned the TV on because at that point in time, I was still kind of watching TV. I wasn't watching it a lot, but I was still kind of watching it. And I saw an aerial shot of the World Trade Center. I recognized it immediately. And I saw a enormous billow of black jet fuel smoke coming off of the tower, the first tower that got hit. I had just missed that. They were just tuning into it. And they were saying, or trying to say, that it was a small commuter plane that hit it. And when they were zooming in on it and they were showing the building, I'm like, no, that ain't no small commuter plane. Whatever fucking got in there hard, and it's big. Well, I knew the dimensions of the World Trade Center. I actually have books on the World Trade Center. It was a fascinating place. And man, we're just sitting there. The wife is still asleep. And I just see this little speck start to come in. Watch it drop down. I'm like, what the fuck? I knew that aircraft weren't supposed to be in Manhattan airspace like that. And just watched that motherfucker pile in. Watched everything come off of it. Watched it tear itself apart. Yeah. Then I knew we were in trouble. And I fucking screamed. I had a roommate at that time too. The old lady got up, She's like, what's going on? I said, we're under attack. Is what I said. We're under attack. We're at war. That's exactly what I said. And my eyelid itches. And I went and got my fucking roommate, and I said, I'm not going to say his name. Bro, we're under attack, man. We're under attack. We're being attacked. And he came in there, and he looked at it, and he's like, and he turned around and he went back to bed. I think he was in complete and total shock that he just could not believe what was going on. 72 of you badasses in here on a fine Saturday afternoon. Thank you very much. 42. Hey, Fonzies, man. Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of my story. That's kind of my deal. I was in Orlando, Florida when it went down. Like, those are the things that you never forget. You know, I'll never forget the moon landing in 69. I was being carried around in my dad's balls, and it was an awesome, amazing experience. It really was. Swishing around. Let me go to the bottom here. Oh, man. Gentlemen. What do you say to the things that are going on out here today? What do you say? You know, I went from being a country-loving, police-supporting, soldier-supporting person to not supporting any of that. You know, in my personal life, I've run across a couple of those lessons that I talk about, the morals, ethics, values, and principles lessons. I've learned that if you hang around with shifty motherfuckers, you will be regarded as a shifty motherfucker, somebody with poor taste. Even if other people like you, you're still going to be regarded as that. So now, expand that thought a little bit. Think about it. You're hooked to your government, and your government, all of them, are shifty motherfuckers. Every person in that Congress and Senate and in the White House has participated in treason in the last 5 years. Every goddamn one of them. Every one of them. They are all guilty of treason. Most of the governors of all of these states are guilty of treason. And what are we doing? We're just standing here, holding our fucking dicks, talking about, well, who's going to jump first? I never thought I'd see the day. But it is what it is, right? So on this very sacred to me and somber day, like Pearl Harbor, like that cold January day in 1987, was it? 88? Challenger. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that year. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Let me jump in here and read some of these comments, gents. I know you're going off a little bit. I want to kind of get some of that. Black Pill on steroids. R-Post, what's up? R-Post, B-Post, what you doing, my brother? It looks like Morrison's Supermarket is reducing sick pay for unvaccinated workers. Yeah. What do you think about Amazon talking about go home, work from home, it's all good? Now Amazon is saying if you don't want to come back to work and you want to work remotely, we're going to dock your pay by 25%. Is there any motherfucker out here that does not understand you are being yoked like a plow horse? Is there anybody out here that doesn't get that? How fucking dumb and complacent most of this population is. It's sickening. It's sickening to see it. Can't stand it. Can't stand the idea that these are the descendants of the people that broke away from England. Supposedly. And no offense to the English or the Irish or the Scottish or the Wales that are, you know what I'm talking about, that are watching. No offense. I'm not trying to offend you at all. I just thought that we had more fucking guts apparently than what we've got. I just thought that we had more. I know we've got some fellas out here that are ready to go, good million or so, and they know it too. And that's the only reason they're not going door to door taking your fucking kids away from you right now, like they're doing in Australia and New Zealand, Canada. I don't know if that's happening in England. Oh man. Oh, come on. Look at the extension. Oh, it's Olympic level. Oh, man, bring it out. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, and somebody's going to say, why are you preening yourself, man? What's wrong with you, homie? My fucking camera. Oh, yeah. Look at it. Santa Claus got some competition coming. Hell yeah. Gentlemen. Glass cutter. Oh, yeah. Look at it. Populous Pimp PPT. Planes. Edited in like a movie. I know it sounds crazy. Well, I can't say that because the stuff that I have, it's conclusive that the planes were used. What's not conclusive, in my mind, my opinion, not going against nobody, it's my opinion, is the demolition in World Trade Center 7. If it was a demolition, we can't. I have to say this with the utmost surety. None of us on the outside can say, yeah, that's how that happened. We can't. Excuse me. We have evidence from everywhere to suggest it was more than it appeared to be. From everywhere. Just like Pearl Harbor. We had evidence suggesting that things were going to happen. We ignored every sign. Did we ignore it, or did we let that shit go down to involve us in this conflict? How remarkably similar is that? How similar is that? We got to come to the conclusion, gentlemen, in my opinion, that none of us have been treated very well. Most of us have been lied to most of our lives, all of our lives. That's men and women. I always have to say that. You know, I have people increasingly giving me shit because I say men and women. Women didn't just drop out of the sky. They don't grow off fucking trees. They're born just like you and I. And they suffer the same psychological indifference to their society, to their kids, that most men do now today. I would say it's almost all females, almost all of them. You're catching some females out here now that are finding voices of resistance to this bullshit, and it is emboldening them to not follow those paths. And congratulations to them. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. I don't want to speak for you, but I speak for me when I say I want things to be normal between men and women. I don't want every fucking woman that I see thinking that I'm going to fucking grape ape her ass, drag her into an alley and attack her and fuck her up. I don't want that. I'm pretty self-aware. I might look the part, but I still don't want that. And I don't think you should want that either. But that's just my opinion. You know, I don't want men to be so bothered and irritated at the thought of somebody not wanting to go on a date with them that it drives them to really insane conclusions. This is just the world that we live in. And we have to find ways to adapt to this world and get better as people. And if you can't do that with the cooperation of our other half, so to speak, which I don't believe that, but for lack of a better description, that's what I call them, then you have to go it alone. And a loan is not a terrible thing. It's just not. You know, we've got a couple of folks out there that I do have some respect for, Paul Elam in particular, that says, come on over here to watch Red Pill Rage die. Or what did he said something, it was something similar to that. That's not verbatim. You know, Red Pill Loneliness or something like that dies here. And that still means putting yourself in the position to be harmed. Like I always say, what has changed? Did the laws change? No. Did the women change? No. Were the laws amended to reflect neutrality? No. None of that happened. Did the women just all of a sudden say, no, I think I'm going to leave you and your money alone if I want to go another way? Nope. That didn't happen either. None of that shit happened. So when somebody says, come on over here and we're going to take care of you and we're going to fucking take away your red pill loneliness by showing you how to fuck around with females, I have a problem with that. But I can't take the rest of that man's work and wipe my ass with it. I can't do that. Easy, boy. Easy. I can't do that because he has an enormous amount of work, volumes of work. He's been doing this a long time. Yes, we have had our differences, but you can't take away the things that are actually true that he says and that people back him up on. And I wouldn't care if the world backed him up on the whole come over here and let red pill loneliness die over here or some shit like that. I still would not do that. I wouldn't do that. It would be a miracle to see me involved with somebody of my own doing. Not with the way that things are. I have a very decent life. It took me a long time to build the life, and I'm not going to lose it because I chose to open the door to a fucking vampire. You know what I'm saying? So enough preachy. The anti-grifter, guess what he changed his mind? Guess what? He changed his mind pretty quick. Uh-oh. I don't know what it did. Jim McIntosh, 1986, maybe 85. I was in Spanish class. It's got to be later than that. It's got to be 86. It's got to be 86 or 87. Retarded dwarf, no soldiers now, Hammer. Just volunteer corporate mercenaries. They should have Exxon, Halliburton, McDonnell Douglas, etc. patches on their uniforms to keep it honest. I agree with you. 100%. And of course, this bitch jumps like a crazy motherfucker again. Sorry, gents. Miles Matheson, when Santa Hammerhand says, oh, he does it, pointing at any group of thoughts. I will call anybody out. Anyone. If they're committing their patrons, the people that follow them around, like Fresh and Fit. Remember what they did? Of course you remember what they did. Anybody that is attempting to blue pill motherfuckers by dropping red pills on the ground, you know, that proverbial trail of breadcrumbs, I will call them out in a heartbeat. In a fucking heartbeat. Anybody that commits men to usury, I will call them out. Anybody. I've never, ever been the kind of person when I get on here, whether it's friend or foe, to let them slide. When they're fucking up, and it's got to be told. People have a right to understand that there's something other than just this camera. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. A lot of normies, I should say. People like you and I, the people that are watching this right now, it's doubtful that you just dropped in right now out of nowhere and don't know who I am and don't know what MGTOW or Red Pill or monks are. We have our ears to the rail. We understand. So that doesn't really count for us. Not too much anyways. James Gregory, the planes flew into the World Trade Center, for fuck's sake. Yes, I know. A random dreamer. In a year, they ruined what required centuries of struggle to build. Did they ruin it, or are they just trying to turn it? And now you've got to fight for it. You know, I recall saying something similar to this a few months ago. The day is going to come where you are going to have to fight for your rights. Sitting in a closet, burying yourself in a bunker is not going to get you out of it. You are going to have to show up and fight for your rights. There's just no choice. There's no choice. You can hold it off for as long as you want to, for as long as you can, anyways, but you're not going to be able to avoid what's coming down the pipe. The only way it stops is if we have another Republican president, and that's not me buying into the paradigm of Republicans and Democrats. It's just that the Republicans that are out there right now, most of them are cowardly as fuck. They're chicken shit motherfuckers. And they endorse a system that open hand slaps the piss out of them, bitch slaps them, pisses on them. And they don't understand why they're constantly fucking losing. That's all these motherfuckers do. And when they get a win, and they got a big win in 16, they didn't know what to do with it. When that wave of populism swept over this planet from 14 to 16, 14 to 17, that was enormous. It was amazing. People don't want this other shit. Nobody wants to live under authoritarians and totalitarians. Nobody wants that. And I don't think that we need it, personally. That's just my personal opinions. You know, when your millionaires and billionaires are out there digging fucking hillsides out and building bunkers, you kind of got to ask yourself why. Retarded dwarf, tiny hole in Pinta was not a jet. No way. What? I don't know what that means. Sorry, brother. Psychosoap Master Wrench. I was 20 in Utah, pissed that I couldn't buy cigarettes for 5 days till my birthday, when suddenly, I'm going to tell you how fucked up people are. The day after, I just told you my story there about playing the F1 game and watching this shit unfold live, watching it happen live as it was going down. The day after, I went back to my job and I started doing my thing, and I watched the people across the street. It was another service station, go and put their prices on gas up to $15 fucking a gallon. A gallon. They were price gouging the fuck out of anybody that walked in there. Somebody called the Better Business Bureau or someone. There's some type of fuel management. The Department of Agriculture has something to do with it. They called them. And when the president came up over the waves, Bush, and he said, prices will be frozen. Thought this was a free country. What do you mean prices will be frozen? Prices will be frozen. There will be no price gouging. And those that do will pay a heavy price. Well, what they did for this motherfucker with his $15 a gallon was, while everybody else was selling their fuel at $2.20, $2, $1.89, right around there, they made him sit there for 60 days with $15 a gas gallon. 15 fucking bucks a gallon for 30, 40 days, something like that. It was over a month. I know it was over a month. So much for free. No, I don't want to see nobody get price gouged. But you can see the fucking holes in the space-time continuum. You know what I'm saying? When stuff like this starts to go down. Free country, my fucking ass. The federal government needs to be done away with. The federal government is a clusterfuck. It really stinks. It sucks. It sucks. Craig Furness, my father was a demolition specialist in the old Marines. He said it was an excellent demolition job. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've watched thousands of demolitions, literally thousands of demolitions. You would think that these buildings would not come straight down. You'd think that they'd kind of slide off to the side and crack off into a block somewhere. The first one that came down, it did break. And then it rode that column in the middle of the building all the way down. And the rest of it did too, in the second building. I could go either way with that one. Was it controlled or was it natural? I don't know. I have an opinion just like everybody else, I suppose. But I don't know. Retarded dwarf, billions missing from military budget after attacks. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Does anybody recall when other governments from other nations wanted to come in and check the Federal Reserve out there in Manhattan? Does anybody recall that? They wanted to verify their gold was in there, and they wouldn't let them in to check it. They wouldn't let them in to see if their gold supplies were still there. I never heard the resolution on that, by the way. Riff Rage. Many people are too brainwashed to stand against the tyranny we're experiencing. I agree with you. They would rather put down all of this bullshit. They would rather give up hard-fought victories, hard-fought rights, and settle for tyranny as long as nobody hurt them and they were fed. That's the kind of two-legged cattle that's been raised over the last 100 years. It's a great job. Retarded dwarf. Any male over 40 looks the part, Hammer. Yeah, I suppose. Polska Bob. I'm driving, guys, so if I can miss you. I'm driving, guys, so I can. If I miss your comments, don't think I'm ignoring you. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to comment while you're driving, Polska. Don't do that, bro. It's all good. Number one Buzznut. I hope that's what it is. This how corrupted government is, trying to stop you from protesting, giving you a criminal record so you will not be able to participate in voting them out, which is treason. Yeah, it is treason. We've had a lot of problems with bullshit like that, with these people doing these idiotic things that they're doing, just fucking dumb stuff. And it just, God, it's so surprising that people are so willing to just sit back and watch this happen. It's just amazing to me. It's amazing. A random dreamer, Red Pill has suffered a lot of damage from fake Red Pillars PUA type guys. Yes, they have. Kevin McAllister, demo was added after the 1993 World Trade Center attack. The terrorists involved in that attack said they tried to topple one building onto the other, so they added demo to the buildings to bring them down straight. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, that's just an opinion. I don't know. I wish I did. I wish I had the ability to know that truth. But then old Hammerhand would probably disappear. You know how that goes. Jim McIntosh, they nuked Brule channel. Brule or Brule? I don't know who that is. Cyberzoni, hello, gents. What's up, Cyber? How you doing, bro? James Gregory, Paul has written some great work. Yeah, he has. He's done some great shit, man. You know, I don't fault him for wanting to be involved with a female. It is a natural biological inclination. It's there. There's not a fucking thing that we can do about that unless we decide to become androids and then modify what's in this. That instinct doesn't come from your body or your dick. It comes from right here. It's built into you. It's part of your building blocks. And it's just a shame that life is like this. It's a fucking shame. I have no problems telling anybody on here that if I had the opportunity to have a decent woman by my side, live life out, do our thing, be happy with one another, and I didn't have to fear what would happen if she decided to walk away, or if she was a nutbag and hit it really good and I decided to walk away. There isn't one or 10 or 10,000 examples of this. There's millions, tens of millions of examples of this. And it's one big reason why you see Red Pill and MGTOW and even Monk being flooded by newcomers. Because while we've been sitting here building this groundwork for the last 10 fucking years, everybody now has a place to associate with. And I can't say that I was on the ground floor of that. I wasn't. But yeah, I understand why people are flooding into these areas. I just wish it wasn't like this for us. You know? And I haven't said shit here in 41 minutes. Prayers and best thoughts to the people that survived September 11th, 2001. The families of those that lost everything. You lose one person, you've lost everything. All the people overseas that were slaughtered wholesale just so we could get into Afghanistan. And then 21 years later, where are we with Afghanistan? These people have proven that they have a track record that is as disastrous as anything that I've ever seen in my life, as far as competency is concerned. Something needs to be done. Who's going to step up and do something? I don't know. I wish I had the answers to that. I wish I could solve these problems with the flick of a switch. But that's not how we're built. If everybody laid down their ideological differences today, if everybody started doing what they were supposed to be doing today, if men knew they were men and women knew that they were women today, it would take 50 fucking years to get this bread out of this society. So there doesn't look like there's a lot of hope. And that's why I say you have to focus on yourself. You must focus on yourself. That goes for any females that are watching this too. Y'all don't seem to have too much of a hard time focusing on yourselves. You're kind of built that way. But what I will tell you, ladies, is that you're too emotional, number one. You don't view men as human beings. Maybe that should be number one. And you bought into a lie that destroys your soul. Those are some pretty big fucking numbers. Pretty big numbers. And it's backed up by generations of failure. Nobody can say anything being successful about feminism. There's no such a thing. It has destroyed legions of women and legions of men. And you got to wonder if that's actually really what it was supposed to do. If it was out there for that. If that was the reason that this shit came to pass. Yeah. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Gents, let me jump up in the comments a little bit here and we'll pop this off a little bit more. That's a Psychosoap. Thank you very much. Where red-pilled isolation comes to die is Paul Elam's saying over there on A Voice for Men when he does those trifectas, with Janice Fiamingo and Tom Golden, both of whom I actually like. It's nice to have females that understand that they're fucking females. Do I get raw? Do I risk this channel? Do I? Tell me. I can't see your comments down there. Hold on. Let me turn my fucking phone on here, see if I can see this shit. There we go. Sorry, gents. I'm just going to put this up here real quick. So, yeah. I think that the MRAs accomplished a lot. It's my personal opinion. It's also a fact. They accomplished a lot. I think if it hadn't been for the MRAs, the red pill MGTOW monk might not be. Can't say for sure, but it might not be. Where they went wrong, in my opinion, was trying to find women to share their opinion. And then what happens? Those females, because they are naturally more marketable, because men want to hear women validate how they feel and think, took over. They took over. People know who Karen Strawn is more than they know who Paul Elam is. They know who Tara Paul Matier is just about as much as they know who Paul Elam is. They know who the honey badgers are before they know anything about Tom Golden. They did do one thing right. When Christina Hoff Sommers showed her true fucking colors, they cut her off at the fucking belly button and they ran her ass out of town. And that was a good thing to do. I never liked Christina Hoff Sommers. And when she showed her true colors, they cut her loose. There should be never, ever, ever a woman in charge of men's issues. It's an oxymoron. It should never happen. It's like putting Hitler in charge of the ovens. Although there's a lot of great misunderstandings about that, you do get what I'm saying. Cheers. Gents, let me read on. A random dreamer. Red Pill has suffered a lot of damage from... I already read that. Damn, we got way back up there. The Populous Pimp PPT. It'll be interesting to see if Matrix 4 is any good. Interesting, the timing of its release among all this chaos. Yeah, I agree with you on the timing. I saw the trailer. I got to tell you, I don't have good feelings about this. I don't have good feelings about this. The Wachowski brothers directed this. They directed Matrix Revolutions. The other one, can't remember the name. I liked them all. There were a couple of issues, but it's not that big a deal. It's not enough to take me out of it and tell me, no, go fuck yourself. And it's not that. I liked those first three. Now they've got Lana Wachowski. They're making history, man. It's the first Transformer ever to direct it. This is what I hate about Western liberalism. This is what Western liberalism does. The ultimate conclusion to Western liberalism is to destroy itself with liberalism. It simply can't help it. I don't buy into the Lana Wachowski shit. That's one of the Wachowski brothers. I don't call him her. I don't say she used to be. That motherfucker is a man. It's a man. Do you know how many YouTubers I see that talk about issues like this? And they run up on that fucking thing and they're like, and she was blah, blah, blah. And she was blah, blah, blah. And she was blah, blah, blah. Knowing full well that it's a man. That destroys their credibility in my eyes. Because you don't have the fucking cojones to even have some kind of a boundary there. where you have to toe that verbal fucking line to protect your money, to protect your channel. Man, fuck that shit. People have to stop covering for these crazy motherfuckers. These people are insane. It's clear that they're insane, and they've been empowered to be insane. And I meant to tell, I think I did tell you earlier in the beginning of this broadcast, I don't often get hate mail. How about that? Can you believe that shit? I don't often get hate mail. One thing that I do get is the constant irritation of having to sift through thousands of comments so I can find out that I doused my own channel with fucking gas and burned it. Just to let you know, I didn't. What kind of a lunatic does that? Fucking dummies. JD Miles, Master Wrench. What's up, man? I'd rather have a perverted president in office than an incompetent president. I'd rather have one that has morals and ethics, values and principles. That's what I'd rather have. When the choices are presented to you, which are fucking bizarre, and it's, hey, vote for shit sandwich or soggy shit sandwich. No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. The day has come where it is now too much to expect that you can vote for somebody that has some fucking integrity. Isn't this supposed to be of the people, by the people, for the people? It's not. The people are the masses, not fucking billionaires. That's the body politic. That's the body of the people. Not billionaires, not millionaires, not trillionaires, not people that want to carve this fucking country up. We haven't lived that life for a long time. And I don't think that people understand. As a matter of fact, I know people don't understand that. With the way that they vote, voting, that's another motherfucker. JD, Elam is MRA, I know. A random dreamer. Well, I guess both Hammerhand. I don't know what that's about. Sorry, bro. Jim McIntosh, January 28th, 1986. There you go. The that was in reference to the Challenger. The anti-grifter. We got the most incompetent president now. This motherfucking guy has to be getting constant fucking shots of adrenaline. He's got to be fucking banging Pedialyte by the gallons. I mean, fuck. He can't even stand at a lectern for 5 minutes without, huh? Where are we? You're at the White House. What White House? I wanted my greenhouse. We don't have a greenhouse at the White House. What am I doing here? You're giving a speech, asshole. Oh, what are we talking about? World politics. Just read the fucking prompter. Hi. What's my name? Fuck this guy. And where's your black, not black, fucking president, ex-president, next president, vice president bitch? Where's she at? What the fuck is she doing? Man, fuck that bitch too. Fuck them all. Unibok Ugu. Lols, Hyman reconstructive surgeries now being allowed in several Islamic countries. How fucked up is that? Feminism is now ruining Islam, and I told y'all. I told you. And so many people came on and said, oh, Hammer, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, homie. You better get your blah, 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 and more blah, blah, blah. And fuck you too, because guess what, Islam? You are ruled by them. You don't even know it. Stupid motherfuckers. That's not what's going on in Afghanistan. That's wholesale motherfucking murder in Afghanistan. And it will be that way until the end of fucking time. I don't like to see anybody getting smoked the way that those folks are getting smoked. Let me tell you something. I have a video ready to go. And I think if I want to nuke this fucking channel, I'll put it on this channel. I have a friend that sends me videos of what they're doing to those people over there. If you don't have a strong stomach, a strong constitution, don't ever click on it when you see it come up. What they're doing to the ANC and the ANA over there, most people can't even imagine that. Mr. Biden made sure that 10,000 people, easy, on a good day, got their fucking heads cut off, got shot to death, had their arms and legs cut off while they were breathing. That's what you're dealing with in Afghanistan. That's not feminism. It's not feminism. The importation of the Western ideal in Afghanistan failed. And it took 20 fucking years and 5,000 lives and $2 trillion to figure out that it was a bad idea. And it wasn't just feminism. Mountains of lithium. Rich elemental plains. And now you see the Chinese cozied up to them. Do you know why? Because the Chinese agree with them in a lot of ways. And they'll make very good partners. And once China solidifies that region, it'll be China light in Afghanistan, in Eastern Africa, in Northern Africa. They're everywhere now, especially in Vancouver. A random dreamer. Yeah, that is so true. You have to stand for yourself no matter what. Otherwise, you regret not standing up. Well, you might not get the chance to regret it, bro. You might get your ass handled. And that's the last chance that you get. Cyberzoni, we have Republicrats. Now they are all the same. They were never not all the same. When the fucking cameras are on, they're bickering with one another. Blah, 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 you. Well, blah, 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 you. They turn the fucking cameras off. All these motherfuckers are breaking bread at the same big-ass table. You ain't invited, by the way, in case you didn't know. Circus Madness. Hey, fellas, what's up, Circus? How you doing, man? The Populist Pimp. I don't see how any conservative wins again until they rebuild after the collapse. It depends on what the collapse is. Is it the collapse of Western worlds? Is it the collapse of society? Is it the collapse of this fucking strangling network, this frame that's been built around freedom? I think that is more likely. You're still going to end up with people that will be pigs, that will be scumbags and pieces of shit. When you have that collapse, you're going to have a power vacuum. Motherfuckers will pour into the power vacuum and fight their asses to the death for it. And don't make any mistakes. That's what's going to happen. If shit goes down like that, that's what's going to happen. You will see feudal fucking Japan in the United States of America for a short time. It won't take long to get it under control. Cheers. I'm going to be taking my son skating tonight so he can put them things on, get his little butt out there and get some exercise. So I'm going to give him 2 hours over there tonight. And I don't think I've said it yet. Thank you. Thank you. When I go and start this channel, this is the 7th one, right? When I start this channel, and in 5 days, I've got 1,400 people sitting here subbing to this channel, wanting this to happen, wanting these words, wanting to have somebody to somewhat identify with. I can't claim that you identify with me. I identify with being smacked in the fucking mouth a lot and having nowhere to put that kind of grief. And I'm sure that you all probably feel that at some point in time. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for showing up. Your likes, your subs, your shares, all of that means a lot to me. And it means a lot to the channel. I think that you're all awesome. I know most of you by your names. You're very regular, and I appreciate the shit out of it. And we've got some exciting things coming down the pipe here. If this fucking channel gets canceled, it'll be on the next channel. Plain and simple. We'll try to do this the easy way. Of course, the easy way isn't going to make any difference to these people. I could comb through their stupid little terms of service. I could do everything correct. And because I am me, because I'm a white man on this platform, don't say shit about it. You all know that it's the truth. You see? Now, I'm not dividing myself or separating myself from anybody. Everybody knows that whites are being devalued. It's just the simple truth. European males are being devalued, which is the same thing, whites, European males, for the most part. For the most part. You're being pushed down. I don't look at it as being pushed down. That's what it is. But I don't look at it that way. You know what I do? I build another channel. And I do it with your help. I couldn't do that without your help. So that's why I appreciate the hell out of you. All of you. No matter who you are. Before that channel went down, I think this is important for me to say. I was looking at my analytics. When that channel was around 10,000 subs, I had less than 1% of female viewers. When it was around 25,000 subs, it hopped up dramatically to between 3 and 4% female viewers. When it got canceled at 39,000 subs, I had 6% female viewers. Gang, I got to be honest with you. I don't know if they're catching on, if they're hanging around to learn. I don't know if it's the brand new chameleon. I don't know. But something is happening. Every channel like this one right here has reported or noticed an uptick in female viewership. Every single one. Something is happening. Something's happening. But like I said, you can't do shit until you change the laws. I am not actually satisfied with changing them. I would be satisfied if they were abolished because they do not benefit us. And as a matter of fact, I don't need a benefit. All I need is to not be persecuted by somebody that decides to walk away from me. Or if it's not working for me and I walk away from them. I don't need anything else. I need to not have the sword of Damocles hanging over my fucking head because somebody doesn't like me anymore. You women out there that watch these shows, you know in your heart of hearts that this is the truth. You wanted the ability to make men afraid. You wanted the ability to see that men are afraid of you. You wanted them to experience fear for some sick, twisted somebody fucked me up when I was a kid and I want to pay that back. So you just pass it to somebody that had nothing to do with it. Men, all the way down the line, they're scumbags, they're bums, they're this, they're that, they're the other. They're not human, so I want to hurt them. My life didn't work out. I'm too fucking fat and nobody is looking at me, so I want to hurt them. Guess what, bitch? I'm fucking fat. And I get the punini if I want it. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? There is no shortage of men that will dick you down. No shortage. It's not your body. It's your goddamn mind. It's your attitude. It's your lack of empathy and compassion. It's your adaptation of feminism. It's how you apply all of those to your motherfucking life out there in the world. You're a motherfucking miserable goddamn human being. You're a sorry fucking excuse for a woman. And you can't bring yourself to understand why a man wouldn't want that. So you go live in your fantasy land and do your fucking thing, and I'll sit over here and I'll do my fucking thing. Let's get into them chats. Sorry about that. Got a little heated. Gonna go down to the bottom. Forgive me if I missed your comments, gang. I'm not trying to blow you off or anything. All right. Polska Bob, maybe later for one fast. Okay. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Well, now. At a random dreamer. Yeah, I wasn't expecting one. Just pointing out the hour is late and things are getting desperate. They're not nearly as desperate as they're going to get if this bullshit is not headed off at the pass. Zool, hey, hold on, Zool. You a wrench now, brother. Master Wrench, Zool. Nothing that stops them from making horrible decisions anyways, absolutely. Excuse me, absolute knowledge seekers. You heard about FEMA, of course. Lots of coffins. Lots of places to put people. Who the fuck was saying that 5 years ago? Who was saying it 10 years ago? Did you see Alex Jones on Friday Night Tights? Holy fucking shit. God almighty, you cannot tell me that things are not changing, that people aren't siding up with one another. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. These motherfuckers right here work. These work. People are siding up with one another from realms that you would never, ever expect it to happen. So yeah, we're there, bros. We're there. The anti-grifter, honestly, women over 40 are not happy. Women over 5 days are not happy. They're not happy. They're not happy. If they didn't have somebody in their ear constantly from the time that they entered pre-K until the time they exited whatever college of their choice accepts them because of pussy, they would be better off. Much, much better off. Look, for me personally, I have a pretty wide breadth when it comes to selecting a mate. She doesn't have to be amazing. She just has to be nice. Nice. Interested in life. That's pretty goddamn uncomplicated, don't you think? I mean, I think so. I think a lot of you would look at me and say, hey, bitch, where are your fucking standards at? I said, I don't apply standards to folks. I want somebody to love. I want somebody to love me back. And that's an impossible fucking thing to find. Minimal physical attraction. And it's impossible to find. It's fucking crazy how fucked up things are out here. But there are people out here, and millions of them, millions, that are just lauding it. It's the greatest fucking thing ever. And it's female woman power. Girl power. You go, baby, go. Cheers. Don't let no man tell you what to do. And as soon as this pervasive fucking filthy shit got out there in the atmosphere, guess what happened? Was it men that bit down on it and ran with it? Hells to the fucking nah. It was women that bit down on it and ran with it because they were firmly convinced that men were their enemy and that anything a man wanted, anything a man said, fuck them, we're going to do the opposite. Well, welcome to your future. You're here now. Have fun. You fucked up humanity. You didn't do it alone. I will give you that. You didn't do it alone. Bend over. Ben, why do you not have a wrench? There you go, bro. You got a wrench. Bend over. They are trying to learn so they can adapt to it. I wouldn't disregard that at all. Placebo effect. Bring it out. Oh, one more again. Oh, man. Needs a little treatment. Oh, look. It's amazing. It's amazing. Polska Bob, who am I kidding? It'll be there later. Maybe. Greg Smith, females are studying the change in their prey. I think you are right for some of them. You know, the very greedy, the very materialistic, the insanely ambitious. Yes, I think that you are correct. I also think that there are a ton of females out there that are starting to wake up and understand that they're being used. They are beginning to understand that they are being used, and they want to know why, and they want to understand how it is affecting them out here. And it is affecting them. It's affecting us. It's affecting everything. Everything. The more division you have, the better it is for the people that rule this motherfucker. There's no doubt about that. That can't be argued. It can't be challenged. You see, the current line of division is to pit the vaccinated against the people that don't want it. Plain and simple. Well, I'm just going to mandate it. Well, fuck you. You can't mandate it. What they do is they tell these employers out here, you know, they've got 100 or more, that they will remove their subsidies if they don't push it on their employees. So they're putting these businesses in a position of losing lots of shit, maybe including the entire business. And when your employer comes to you and says, well, I'm going to tell you to eat my fucking asshole right out of my backside. That's not ever going to happen. Ever. Ever. I wouldn't go get a can of fucking Drano and drink it. So I wouldn't put this shit in my body. I'm not sick. I don't have anything. There's nothing going on with me. So no, thank you. And if my employer walked up to me today and said, I would say, well, see you later, alligator. If I got to struggle, then I got to struggle. That's just what it is. That's life. Life is a struggle. If you acquiesce and kowtow and fall down every fucking time somebody says that you got to, you're not a human. You're not a man. You're not a woman. You're a thing. You're a thing. And that's how they count you too. You're counted as a thing. When they're adding their money up, when they're seeing how much they've extorted from you and stolen from you for the fiscal year, you're just a number. You're just a thing. This shit has gotten so far out of control that it's almost incomprehensible to believe that it could have come down this way. But here we are. This is what we're dealing with. And we're left to deal with it. And folks that go around saying that, oh, it's the boomers' fault. It's the boomers' fault. I understand where you're coming from. It's Gen X's fault. Fuck the millennials and Zoomers. It's none of that. It's none of that. People in every generation, in every decade, have made very good deals for themselves while excluding everyone else. All of you, are being ripped off to the tune of trillions of dollars every fiscal year. And the sad part about it, to me, is every person knows it. Everyone knows that they're being fucked, and they just don't do anything about it. That to me is the most mind-numbing part. Well, what can we do? Well, you can fight back. You can fight for the resources that you generate for yourself. You can start listening to people that have escaped this, that have gotten out of this system, that throw legal roadblocks on these people every chance that they get. Not that the law is there to benefit you. It's not. But you can gum the fucking system up by doing it. You sure can. I'm just saying. Random Dreamer. Here in Greece, we have very few MGTOW, and women pretty much consider us thirsty incels. They have a ton of men begging them. Well, So who's the thirsty incel then? You know, if you consider yourself to be that, I can't take it from you. I don't think that you are that. I think people that go down that road and start putting that kind of shit on them, they're mistaken in a lot of ways. You may not be desirable to those particular women, but take heart that over 80% of all men are not desirable to the vast majority of women. They all shooting for the stars, baby. They shooting for the stars. They don't want 6 figures anymore. They want 7 and 8, 5 fucking cars for a mediocre 2-legged chicken head. If that doesn't tell you that these people are insane and have lost their fucking minds, nothing will. And there will always be the excuse, well, that one over there got it. That one got it. Oh, man, look at Brittany Renner. Look at what she ended up with. Let's see how long the Renner thing takes to go to court. If he had any fucking brains at all, he would have never affiliated himself with a dirtbag whore, some fucking pass-around bitch. That's all Brittany Renner was, and is. Said exactly what she was going to go do a year, 2 years prior to that. I saw that video. And then she went out and did it. Props to her, I guess. Stay away from them, fellas. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You can talk to them. I talk to them. You know what I'm saying? But I don't go above and beyond. Hey, have a nice day. A little pinky swear from time to time with somebody that I've gotten 45 fucking meals from McDonald's for. There's nothing wrong with feeling okay being around a chick. Nothing wrong with that. That's not criminal. It's not an offense to MGTOW or the philosophy. Are you losing yourself in that moment? That could be a problem. Every time you see somebody, does your dick start to fucking tingle? That could be a problem. That's not them. That's you. You have to work on controlling that biology, man. You got to work on that. You got to understand that these folks are out here doing the same fucking thing that you're doing. But they have the advantage of living in a gynocentric society. You're just here. You know, I always use the analogy of what's going on here with men at large. I go back to any job that I've ever had. Let's take the mechanic job that I've got now, right? I work in mechanics, auto mechanics. We generate a fucking ton of money for this particular store that I work at. Ton. Lots. Let's say that they've got a $5,000 a month building rent, which is it's probably more than that. But let's just say that it's $5,000. These folks clear that rent in a day. In a day with the money that we put down, that we pull through that shop. The next 2 days pays all of the salaries for everybody in the store for that pay period. You generate everything. And you see next to nothing. And that's the way it is out here in the culture at large. Men generate everything. And they see next to nothing. It's just a business. It's a corporation. The United States of America is a corporation. Why would anybody expect that anything trickling down from that would be any different? You just don't know. Now, hopefully, you know a little bit. Go and download Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, and become familiar with who and what you are. As I guarantee you, unless you're familiar with that, you don't know who and what you are, at least to them. Absolute knowledge seekers. In their heart of heart, it's all about feelings and benefits, of course. But there's more than that, and we can't lie. We can't lie, and we can't lie to ourselves. There is more to it than that. Of course there's more to it than that. God damn, that was an enormous jump. What the fuck just happened there? Sorry, gang. I absolutely hate this fucking thing sometimes. Sometimes I just touch it and it pops all the way to the bottom while I'm reading. Piece of shit. And not the computer. It's just the way that the thing works on the screen here. One fast Dak. Can't go to a football game here in Canada without the jab. Then don't go to the football game. And remember, when things go back to the way that they were, or everything falls a fucking apart, don't feel sorry for these people that impose these conditions on you. Fuck them and let them rot. Don't buy their goddamn tickets. Don't patronize them in any way, shape, or form. Do not give them one red cent. When them cocksuckers are on Skid Row, fuck them. Kick dirt in their face on the way by. They do not deserve your sympathy at all for what they are doing. And you shouldn't show them any. I know it's hard to be hard for most of us. But for people that are stabbing you in the fucking face, to say nothing about stabbing you in the back, that's what they deserve. They earned it. Give it to them. Retarded dwarf, hell to the no. Stoic one at Blue Skink. Basically, every movie has predicted programming. I'd say that you're close on that one. Sure. Thomas Jensen, My Body, My Choice, apparently does not apply to the jab. No, they have completely abandoned that. That's fucking over. That's gone. Santa Claus, power doesn't care about hypocrisy. No, it doesn't, because it wields power. JD, women have transactional love. Men love sacrificially. I would say that that's pretty accurate. It didn't used to be that way, but it's pretty accurate. Well, no, it's always been that way. It's just not as fucking dirty and cutthroat as it is now. Echo Lamai, or A-O Lamai? I fucked up there. A serf, not feudally controlled, but financially through debt. Yes. Blue Skink, there is literally nothing left to save. No, I think that there is a lot left to look at. As far as save goes, wow, that's just loaded. That's just loaded. You know, what would you save? What would you save? I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff out here for sure, but a lot of it doesn't relate to people. I'd save the good people. I'd save the people that didn't buy into this, whether that was right, left, or center. There's people from all types now that are just saying that this is too much. That it's bananas. It's just fucking crazy what these people are doing out here, or trying to do. 117 of you mad son of a bitches up in this house. Oh, 119 Fonzies. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Oh, man. Santa Claus, blaming the previous generation is so short-sighted, as if the people judging would have done any better. That's hubris. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. There's more to it than just saying, well, it was boomers and this whole boomer fucking thing. Somebody tried to call me a boomer the other day, and I told him straight, look, I'm not a boomer, but if I was, I'd take it as a compliment. You motherfuckers owe everything to them. Some of them were fuckwads, there's no doubt. Most of them turned the tide of this planet because it was headed to a place that none of us, I think, would want to see. That's something to be admired, in my opinion. That's just me, though. A random dreamer, and all of this insanity paranoia has happened in a year. How long They were planning this, and what more will they pass in the next years? It doesn't matter what the fuck they pass. It doesn't matter what they pass. There is a stepping off point, and I think that we all have 1 foot over the fucking edge right now. That's what I think. That's what I think. Just my opinion. But there's only so much bullshit that people are going to take when it comes to this. This is not going to last long. I promise you it won't last long. A random dreamer. I already read that. One fast act. Too many lemmings. Santa Claus at a random dreamer. It's scary to think about. Doc Holiday, Texas. Better sick once a year than prion disease or prion disease. I don't get that one, bro. I think maybe that's a misspell. Or dying by modified MA. Yeah, I agree with you. Luke Salim. Sorry I'm late, Hammerhand. Don't be sorry, man. It's all good. You don't owe me nothing. Shaynette. Hey, Hammer. Great program. Hey, man. How you doing? We're sitting here talking about 9/11 and getting familiar with a few things that are going on and moving into an hour and a half right now. And I want to thank all of you one more again for spending your time here. I know that time is valuable. Time is valuable, and I appreciate it. Even if you're just being a couch potato today, relaxing and chilling out on a Saturday afternoon, I appreciate the fact that you have spent some of it with me. Thank you. A random dreamer at LED. Good job, man. You don't need it anyways if you have passed the corona. A random dreamer again at Santa Claus. Yes. Santa Claus, women will never feel neglected or alone. There will always be men available to fill their needs. I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to disagree. There will always be men that are going to want to jump into a pussy. There are always going to be men that need emotional coddling because they were raised that way. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you're looking at numbers, like insane numbers, between 75 and 80% of households are single mother households. These are the people that are out here now. They're raising boys and girls in a single mother environment, minimizing, absolutely marginalizing the man. So what kind of man do you think you're going to end up with? That boy becomes a young man, becomes a man running around hardwired as fuck. Got all that testosterone going, but he's a female in the brain. He's a female up there because that's the way his mother made him. These bitches try to run around every day and divorce themselves from their creation. They can't do it. And nobody can ever give them a pass. There is no hall pass for this motherfucker. And you bitches ain't skipping town on this one. We got you covered. We understand what you're doing. We understand what you did. And we understand why you dumb shit like Blackistan. Divest. Right? Zaddy. Zaddy's in the house. Go find Zaddy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. A lot of folks don't know what I'm saying. They're not familiar with that. In the black community, they want to communita. They want to divest. They want to level up. They don't want to date black men. That's odd because statistically, 51% of black men are in upper middle class. The upper middle class, 78% are at least middle class. But they don't want to date them. They made them. They made a lot of very effeminate black men. Of course, there's a lot of men out there, and I'm not going to tell you that it's wrong for you to be effeminate. What I'm going to say is that women are not attracted to feminine characteristics in men unless they want you as a friend, as a fallback guy, as an emotional tampon. They want a man, but they're so fucked up in the head and they're so ready to throw everything under the fucking bus, i.e. that last video that I just made on this channel with Emily W. King calling off her relationship. She's the one that pulled the fucking trigger. All that does is bear out what we have said before. It bears out the statistics. This bitch was in this shit to win it with this guy, man, for over a year. And she can't see the forest for the trees. This was probably her best opportunity ever to have that life. But my goals, but my ambitions, but cut him loose. And somehow it's his fault. What about his goals and his ambitions and the things that he wants to do with his life? I can promise you a lot of it was just to keep her. But there's some things that he wouldn't bend on. She tried to take it all. And he said, no, I can't go that route. And she cut him loose. She knows she can pick up dick anywhere. She's that notable. She's that notable. She's all over fucking TikTok. She's getting picked out everywhere in public. So there will be a penis around the corner somewhere. She'll try them on for size. And she'll go through 40 or 50 of them. And in 5 fucking years, you'll be talking about, hey, Emily W. King, what happened? Well, I'm going to make a video now talking about how I fucked up everything in my life and I should have never let go of that guy that was incredible, that we had the over a year relationship, blah, 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 blah. We done heard that fucking story 3 fucking million times over. Done. See ya. Greg Smith, if you can't fight back, you can choose not to participate. I agree. And so does the Ghost of Nation. One can also comply maliciously. Yes, you can. One can do that. Let's go to the bottom of the chat, gents. Pop back up here just a little bit. Forgive me if I didn't read your comment. I ain't trying to blow you off. It just kind of is what it is. Billy Lazier, did I get that right? College Football Plus Hammerhand live stream. Oh, man. Hard hitting, I'm sure. Varg, shout out to David Carroll, the professor. David Carroll. 10 times out of 10, you put a woman on that bed and a box of cigars, I'm going to grab them sticks. 10 times out of 10. Zool, they'll never break away from the natural chaos that drives them, not until they're reprogrammed. This shit didn't happen overnight. It didn't. They are socialized in such a way as to fucking hate you. And when their dreams and ambitions and aspirations do not come true, it's going to be because of you. White devil. Michael Bertisgaard, did I get it right? Hey, Hammer. Greetings from Denmark. Damn, we got a lot of people from Denmark coming up in here. Here we have a female prime minister, a man with tits. So you do the math. Is that for real? You got a tranny? Or did you just say that? The country is run like you can imagine. Oh, sure, man. Look at fucking the way that Jacinda Ardern runs New Zealand. Look at the way all of these fucking PMs and magistrates run places in England, Ireland, Scotland, and Australia. My God, these people are fucking whack. They're crazy. Crazy bitches. But women will get together and there will be no war because we're not like men and blah, 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 blah. There's more bullshit. Random Dreamer. At Blue Skink, that is pretty sad. I know some people who suffered from the jab and a 31-year-old who died from clotting 20 days after the Johnson & Johnson jab. Yeah, and rest in peace to them. And I feel fucking awful for the kids that are being forced to do this by their stupid fucking parents, and those kids are dying. Reverend 20... Reverend, you have a wrench, good sir. Reverend 20-piece, fug. That's the way I was raised. Single mother. Took a long time to deprogram. It always does, because you don't see it as not necessarily being wrong, but being made incomplete, thinking that you're complete. It's a big difference, man. Big difference. Santa Claus, deplorable. Davina Duckworth at JD. There is good and bad in the history of Western civilization and what it has become. There's good and bad everywhere. Everywhere. You have to think about why the focus is on white people in the West. Why? Why? Go watch Friday Night Tights from last night, and Alex Jones will tell you why. Kevin McAllister, at JD Miles, females are raising feminine males, and many are encouraging it abso-fucking-lutely, like out loud. Look at all of these. Oh, man, I don't know if I should say this. Fuck it, I'm going to say it. Look at all of these kids that are being trotted out as drag kids. Look at that bullshit. That's fucking child abuse. Straight up child abuse. Go ahead and watch this stream get cut right the fuck off. I think I'm lying. Oh, man, I did it to myself. I'm trying to amp blah, 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 blah. Absolute knowledge seekers, they're indoctrinated and ran through. Oh, yes. Oh, the more dick that these bitches take, the worse they get, the more resentful they get. I'm going to tell you a story. You don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Before I stopped dating, matched up with this chick on one of these crackhead sites. I drove about 40 minutes, right, to get to her place. We sat and had a nice conversation, right? Before I fucking knew what was happening, we were sitting on her bed. She led me to her bed. She laid me down, unzipped my fucking pants, and went to work, right? Great shit. When it was done and over, she didn't want to cuddle. She didn't want to talk. She got up, lit up a cigarette, and said out loud, I just feel like I've just been used. I never asked her anything about this. That was her MO. That's how broken and fucked up they are. Most of them, the ones that get run through, right? It's habitual. It's in their nature because they've been made that way. Lay you down, suck you off, get some good sucky, and then instantly fucking regret it as soon as playtime's over. Instantly regret it. I had never seen anything like that before. It actually, I won't say that it scared me, but it was like, what the fuck is this? Never seen this before. That was weird. Zipped up the pants, got cleaned up, tried to talk to her a little bit. She was very stoic. She would not talk back. And I eventually said, well, cool. I mean, we've got each other's numbers. And she's like, yeah. Never saw her again. Never heard from her again. Very, very strange. And then I stopped doing shit like that because the temporary pleasure is not worth what's going on there. It set my fucking spidey sense off, and I never went back to anything like that. I don't want to be accused. I don't want somebody to say I did something or took advantage in any particular way. I'm not interested in that. And that was long before I found the red pill, MGTOW monk. Long time. Long time. McDonald's, self-actualization is the goal. Women get in the way of that. I partially agree. I partially agree with that. I think it's you get these people out here that always say, well, if you're a man going your own way, why do you have to talk about women? Why can't you just go your own way? It's absolutely absurd that you get that kind of question, but we know where that comes from too, right? We know what they're trying to do when they say dumb shit like that. Why? Come on, guys. Why do we talk about females as MGTOW men? Why? So that we can get the fucking word out, so that we can tell people what's going on, so that we can share our mostly common experiences. And I guarantee you, there's a lot of you sitting in this chat right now that had no idea that this shit was going on with other people. And when you found out that it was as widespread as it was, it's a mind bomb. You're like, holy shit, I can't believe this. I can't believe it's this big. I thought it was just me. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Crazy shit. Polska Bob, I could go for a dive bar burger right now. You're making me hungry, homie. And that's not good. That's not good. A random dreamer, agree with Santa Claus. Women have a lot of options. Only the black pill monk mode is worth it. Well, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. I'm sorry. I can't agree with that. Zool, self-fulfilling. Fuck. And of course it jumps. Sorry about that, Zool. Let me get up there and see if I can find that one. Zool, self-fulfilling destructive nature. Uh-oh. I think I got to plug this computer in. Hang tight, gents. There we go. Blue Skink, a random dreamer. I have never seen something so toxic that 1.3 milliliters can do to milliliters. Is that, did I get it right? Can do this to people. It's super poison. I agree with you. It's fucking poison. Alistair Sarwick at Kevin McAllister, and raise daughters into masculine machines. Yes, they do. And unfortunately for those girls. Unfortunately. Varg. Yes. A random dreamer at Santa Claus. I never had a relationship with a woman, but I have been played tricks by them, then dumped by them. I've had tricks played on me and then dumped by them. Became monk before I knew about MGTOW. Yeah, a lot of us kind of get into those rhythms and we say, fuck this. We're not doing this. And as soon as you turn up red pill or MGTOW or monk, any of that, it's like, wow, God, there's so many people out here that are doing this now. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's reshaping the landscape of how things are done out here now, from men to women and women to men. It'll be part of it, that's for sure. D-Man 50, they are agents of chaos. Captain Will, are sports rigged? Some say so. I'll tell you something right now. Are all sports rigged? Probably not. Probably not. Are some sports rigged? Yes. Have all sports had rigged moments? Yes. Yes. I'll give you an example. I was watching an IndyCar race at Michigan. The leader was the teammate to the guy that was running second. The guy running second had to win the race to have a shot at the championship. Coming around for the last lap, the guy running second has no chance of catching his teammate, the leader. And then all of a sudden you hear the throttle crack. Second place goes around to win. That's fixing a race. Some people will say, oh, no. That's team orders, man. They're doing that for the championship. I'm going to tell you, you don't know what you're talking about. When somebody who was not going to win the race is allowed to win the race, that is fixing the race. That's fixing the end result. Formula One is fucking notorious for rigging events, for fixing the results. We're sorry, Bottas. We're sorry. Please let Lewis by. He's so much goddamn faster than you, even though he's 5.5 seconds behind you. We're sorry. We're sorry. At least you're in a Mercedes. Davina Duckworth, I used to want to visit places like Australia and the Scandinavian countries. I still want to visit the Scandinavian countries. I don't think I have much interest in going to Australia, not after what they've done to their people. No fucking way. No way. JD, options are great if you're trading on Wall Street, not in dating. I think one of the biggest problems with dating, especially for men and women, is you're in a relationship. You found somebody, you're doing the kissy-kissy, the huggy-huggy, your bodies are slapping, all that good shit. And somehow both of you start looking around and you're like, wow, this is pretty neat. I like this. But could it be better? What about that guy? What about that girl? And that's what you end up with. People that don't know how to commit to what they're doing. They don't see, men don't see women as something to commit to. Women don't see men as something to commit to. Men are to be used. Women are to be used. It's very, very transactional now. And people keep lauding the Southeast Asian countries, and I'm like, there's no problem with that, except you do have the creeping feminism. It's there. They're feminine women, they're submissive women, but they also hold a lot of cards over there, especially being natives, citizens. You are automatically at a disadvantage if you took a plane ticket to get in there or a boat to get in there. Automatically at a disadvantage, especially if you become involved with one of them. You could find yourself looking at some serious shit and not even know it. Ayakashi Ronan, hope I got that right, at Davina Duckworth can recommend Finland. I'm from there originally. Beautiful country. Stoic one, the young kids have taken the jab. The young kids who have taken the jab have died from heart problems. Well, not all of them, but, you know, when you start to get into the dozens, that's a real problem. That's a real problem. And they've made it to where you can't sue these son of a bitches. You tell me, who the fuck does that? When has that ever been done? Never. Never. Yeah, there's too much bullshit going on with that. I would never take that fucking shit. And if they pushed it into me, I'd have to kill them. I'm just being straight. You know, if I was fucking held down and forced to fucking take it, somebody's dying. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. Davina Duckworth at Ayakashi Ronan. Yes, I will go to Finland someday. I don't hate any country. I just don't like the way culture is going. Sweden in particular. Agreed. Doc Holiday, Texas MGTOW. In 48 years, I've never seen anything pushed harder by the government than this shot. Not even collecting taxes. I wonder. There's no need to wonder. You know what the fuck time it is. You know what's up. Zool, Master Wrench. I don't have a chance to think for... Kids don't have a chance to think for themselves when they are force-fed false information as soon as possible for years. It's one of the cruelest things that can happen. If you think about it, that's what happened to us. And we found our way out of it, right? We found our way out of it. It was not easy. And we, in my opinion, I won't speak for you or anyone else. I wasted a lot of life trying to find my way out. Yeah. I think that's the biggest tragedy, is you spend so much fucking time trying to get out of it. Trying to get out of it. 121 of you still in here watching this senile old motherfucker just rant and rave, talk shit. I love it. 128 Fonzies. Hey, thank you. Marvel Elite 500. Do you think Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen always winning in Formula One races is fixed? Oh, there's a lot to be said for that. Yes. Do I think that there are other power plants out there that can beat them? Probably not at this time. McLaren's looking sharper than I thought that they would look. I'll say that. If they can get their shit together at Aston Martin, they can have some. They've already had competent finishes, but they had 1 second place stripped from them. You know, I think personally, my own opinion is that the hundreds of millions of dollars that every team has at their disposal is absurd. It's absurd. It's absurd. I think V6s and hybrids and fucking EPUs are absurd. I think no gear shift is absurd. I fucking hate the Halo. But at least these cars are starting to look a little bit better. The 2022 car not bad. I kind of like it. I hope they do the same with IndyCar. Because right now the IndyCar is fucking ugly. Like ugly. Holy shit, it's ugly. Santa Claus, the only guys I know date successfully are doing it cynically, using the woman like the woman do them. Yeah, well, it's a dirty fucking thing, in my opinion, to do. But, I mean, what choices are you left with? There's no such thing as a long-term relationship. You can't get married to them. You marry them, you're subject to the law. You become number 3 on a 3-person totem pole with a contract of the state. No fucking way. No way. There's no way that happens, man. Nobody's doing that, understanding what it means. Nobody. Mandate. So many stories of guys who end up paying the family members way in life just because he wanted to get with their daughter in Asia. Yeah, I believe it. Blue Skink. I had 2 girlfriends who I loved and spoiled, and both of them broke up with me and became escorts. I don't know why they did this, but I could never look at them the same after. Good for you. They deserve all of your scorn. They deserve that. It's hard to understand why people don't see the way that we see things. But if you sit back and you think about it logically and you deconstruct it decade after decade after decade, you understand why these women are out here now viewing shit like OnlyFans as a place to go and make a fucking career. We're entrepreneurs. No, you're not. You peddle fucking smut on a website to dickhounds and pussyhounds. That's what you do. You can call it being entrepreneurial. You can call it that, but it ain't that. All it is video hustler. That's all it is. And it is a straight fucking hustle. It's a hustle. And when people sit there and they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. I hate all of you. Fuck all of you. You contribute to the denigration of society. You bring in society to your knees because you don't know how to stand up straight and keep your fucking chin up. Keep your head up. That's the way that people do business now. Morals? What the fuck are those? What is that, like a Yahtzee game or something? Ethics? I don't know what ethics are. They don't know. They have no idea. Values and principles? Get the fuck out of here. I got to go skeet tonight. Skeet, skeet, skeet. All over your fucking face and titties. And it's good for them. They cool. You think you're going to shame these bitches into doing anything different? They ain't going to do nothing different. You better master that lockout game. Keep it tight, homie. I'm talking to all of you. Keep it tight. Get them motherfuckers out. Davina Duckworth. I like endurance racing, Le Mans, etc., and rally. Much more fun to watch than F1. F1 can produce some good shows. That show at Zandvoort last week, was it last week or week before, was pretty fucking good. It's a fast track. I can't wait until they get to Miami. Very, very fast track. That's a brand new circuit for them. It's going to be entertaining no matter what. For me, speed is racing. That's why I tuned into racing. That's what hooked me on ovals. I love oval racing. Love oval racing. Very, very precise. You fuck around on an oval track, there's just nowhere to go. You can get away with a lot on a street course, on a road course. You can't get away with a lot on an oval. Narib Yelloak. Did I get that right? A woman is state-issued wife prostitute. Police are the pimps. It's not too far off. I know a lot of people would be like, what are you talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You get into an argument. You get into a lover's quarrel, a little spat. And she gets a wise ass and decides that she's going to call the police. She regrets it. She says, no. Okay. She 911s. She hangs up. She says, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm better than that. Well, the police are already coming. They're on the way. And it is policy in every police department in the United States of America on a domestic call that somebody is going away. Who goes away? Not her. Unless she's holding a butcher's knife and a severed fucking head, it's never her. You go away. And you go away because of the musings of some desperate housewives that sat down and thought up, come on, what is it? The wheel. You know what wheel I'm talking about. The wheel of power and control. The Duluth wheel. And somehow that piece of shit became a model to demonize men everywhere. And it is still happening. We don't have a place to go. So the best thing to do is to just say no. Get your Nancy Reagan on. Just say no. Don't fuck with them. 121 of y'all in the house. 135 Fonzies. You guys are consistent as hell. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of that. And thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with me, this grizzled old fuck that just sits around and rants and raves. Did you know that I feel sorry for myself? Lord SOS 91 at Mandate My Little One, don't believe me when I say we couldn't use the phone when we used the internet. Yeah, if you wanted to download something, it took like 3 days. You ought to show her the old downloaders, her or him. Let them know what's up. Sean MacD, don't understand why anyone would pay for OnlyFans when the same thing can be found for free on the internet. I will tell you one good reason. I'm not sure about the other reasons. One good reason is personalization. If you pay 5, 10, 20, you might get the foot pictures. You might get a couple of cooter shots. But if you go up into that upper level and you pay your 50 or 100, they cut you personal messages. They look right at you, just like I'm looking in this camera. And they massage you. And they romance you. And they use your name. And they give you the come hither. And they tell you straight, thank you so much for your 50 or your 100. You don't know how much this has helped me. And I'm going to give back to you right now. And then they show their little ass or their titties and they smile and they make you feel included in your life. And that is the sad fucking reality that most Zoomers and a lot of millennials are growing up with right now. The inability to relate to a physical woman. And that is by design. That is on purpose. Are these unintended consequences? I don't think so. It's a natural reaction to want to protect yourself when the other half of the species is weaponized against you. So you protect yourself in the only way that you know how. For me, that is to not fuck with them at all. I have 2 females that I talk to on the outside when I'm not cutting awesome, wonderful casts like this for you crazy motherfuckers. And it's arm's length stuff. And they both watch this broadcast. And it pains me to say that it's arm's length stuff because it has to be. Because once you get to a point where you can't trust anybody or anything, or you're so goddamn jaded that nothing makes sense anymore, then that is my fallback. That's where I reside. And I am 100% cool with it. I'm not going to jail for anything dumb. I'm not losing all the shit that I worked years for to acquire. I'm not fighting. I'm not fucking around for a bed space. You know what I'm saying? I have become incredibly intolerant of the idea of being with someone. Would I like it? I still have the urge. I just cancel the urge out. You know? And you don't sit here every fucking day crying and moaning and wishing and wanting and wondering. You have to figure out how to deal with it. It doesn't go away. You deal with it. You deal with it. That's another gigantic problem that people have out here in the world today. They can't fucking deal with anything because they've been told that they're correct. Everything is right. You don't have to deal with that. It's not your fault. You came in 11th in a fucking 10-person potato sack race. Here's your ribbon. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. Everybody isn't special. I'm sorry. Everybody is not special. Your thoughts aren't necessarily yours. Everybody is not unique. And people have to stop believing this fucking garbage and get on with living their lives instead of trying to fit into these stupid ass holes that are made for them. Square peg, round hole. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, and of course, it jumped right to the fucking bottom. Sometimes I really hate this motherfucker. Success Pool Endeavors. Hi. Oh, Success Pool. Hold on one second, bro. Yeah. You got your wrench, sir. Thank you very much, guys. I know it seems like I'm wrenching up a lot of people, but these people had this this wrench when the channel went down. So I'm just returning the favor and giving it back to them. Trusted people. Trusted people. Did I fucking miss something there? Twisted Minds and Sweet Tea. Hi. Hey. How you doing? How you doing? Blue Skink Hammer. That beard is looking beastly. Oh, man. Come on. Look at that. It'll be down to here by Christmas. So many motherfuckers hate me too. How long you been growing that fucking thing? Like 5 years? No, man, like 6 months. They fucking hate it. They hate it. Dennis Eto, I'd like you to call Taylor the Fiend on a live with you, but it would be very interesting, or Sandman. I don't know that Taylor does that. Does Taylor do that? I don't know that Taylor does that. I've never been approached. If I'm approached, I'm open to it. Zool, the fools on of think it's more unique because they can talk. I don't know what the fuck. I'm sorry, bro. That's kind of messed up there. I don't know what that is. Sorry about that, bro. Santa Claus, oh boy, $50 for a personal message. You wouldn't believe how far that goes with a lot of these guys. People are being taught false realities. Just look around. Look around. It's no joke. It's no joke. People are being taught false reality. You're witnessing the collision of these different realities right now. This massive struggle that this country is in, this cultural struggle, that's a collision of realities. That's what we're in. Fuck. 2 hours and 3 minutes. What the fuck? How did that happen? 140 Fonzies, 122 of y'all in the building, in the house, making us great. Not again, just great. Blue Skink, a fake personal relationship, but it's not so fake to them. You know, it's not so fake to them. You think about these fucking bitches that are on there doing this shit. Look at all the strip clubs that went out of business. Every strip club in Louisville and Louisville metro area, they're gone. That's a dozen of them that I'm aware of. A dozen. All the way down the highway that I go to work. There was 3 of them. One of the buildings has been completely erased. The other 2, they're boarded up. They're done. Where do those women go? Where do those professional users go? You know where they go. They go to OnlyFans. They go to Backpage. They go to the replacements for Backpage. They go to Louisville Personals. They go to the escort services. Same shit, different day. Now it's even better for them, unless their escorts are actually fucking their clientele, which is what they're supposed to do. But now these bitches can pay you $50 for a personalized message, or get $50 for a personalized message. That's insane to me, but it's not insane to the people that are engaging in it. Well, that's how devoid of morals, ethics, values, and principles that these people are, because they're being raised by fucking millennials, and millennials are notoriously left. Notoriously left. We'll see what it looks like in a couple of years. I don't know if we're going to get that long. One fast act, cooter shots. Giggity. Giggity. Stoic one, a digital long-term simplationship. I hadn't heard that before. That's pretty good. Narib Yalok. A lot of men think it's a mark of their masculinity to throw money at women. They've been trained to blue pill. That is a blue pill seal throwing his fish back at the audience. Making it rain. No, dumbass. You're empowering them to defund you. And they're gonna. Because you're stupid. That's fucking dumb. I know what you're going for there, but it's dumb. Polska Bob, looking forward to your new video game, Hammer, God of War, Ragnarok. I will not yield to you, Thor. Take your hammer, go back to Odin, and tell him not to come to this plane again. You think I could do it? I think I could do it. Santa Claus, paying women for a smile and a wink and a nod. Ghost Pro, the Duluth Wheel. Thunderdome. That's great. Bust a deal, face the wheel. Oh, I love that shit. Stoic one at Hammerhand. Keep it going, brother. It's going, brother. It's going. Zool. Kind of like the movie Her when he finds out about the AI and got a bunch of different dudes. Never seen it, but I might give it a shot. Andy Barrett. I remember a particularly unpleasant argument when I was still married to my ex. She said afterwards, I thought about phoning the police. This is after the drama she had caused. It doesn't surprise me at all. At all. Do you know how many men are dead because of shit like that? That is a woman exercising her privilege. I don't often go with that word because most of the time it doesn't apply, but it is a privilege to be able to use the arm of the state to come and kill somebody that you just got into an argument with and face no consequences. None. That's how worthless men are out here. There's no value for us because we have not demanded that value to be recognized. I think those times are changing. I'm pretty sure that those times are changing. Mr. Pliskin, Jaded is my middle name. Absolutely. D-Man 50. Anyone check out the 6th generation WRX reveal? I did not see it. Did not see Santa Claus not having to negotiate with an oversized toddler. Yeah, man, we gotta stay away from that shit. It's bonko. No fucking thanks, man. Success Pool Endeavors. Kratos for the win. I think that's for the win, right? Or fuck the world. I never could understand which one it was. Big Pitch. Hey, everyone. Hey, what's up, Big Pitch? How you doing? Mandate 10 out of 10 Kratos voice. I appreciate that. Thank you. D-Man 50. I love Rally. MacDonald. What the fuck? I don't know. What the fuck? MGTOW Life, gents. What's up, Master Wrench? How you doing, brother? Ayakashi Ronin Hammer. You should have given us one. Boy. Oh, boy. I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots. It's not so bad. Not so bad. MGTOW Life, one fast track. Good to see you. The Narc Files. Don't these simps know there's free content on the web? They don't care about the free content. What they need is in here. In here. It's not in their fucking crotch. They need to be loved, to be involved, to be wanted. And they're not going to get that, and they don't understand that. It's a cold day in hell when a relationship, a genuine relationship, forms doing something like that. It can happen. It has happened. But a million fucking suckers are thinking that it's going to happen to them. And that's sad. Sad for me. Successful endeavors for the win in this case. There you go. Shit. Doc, Holiday, Texas, MGTOW, hobby and male friends, build and find them, sir. Gets easier, I promise. That was at James. Speed Gnome. I hope it's Speed Gnome. Most men are so blue-pilled that it is really painful to talk to them. Sure. Lord SOS91, do you think a beta can be an alpha? I think that the paradigm has exhausted itself. I made a video a while ago called The New Alpha, and I probably should have titled that something different. And what I said in that video was men that are going after their own best interests without female validation are the new alpha. Maybe that could have been titled a little bit differently. I firmly believe that the alpha beta paradigm has played itself out. There are people out there calling themselves alpha. Frankly, it's embarrassing. There are people out there that call themselves beta. They admit it to themselves, and they're not really that. They just don't have some confidence. These things matter. They matter. Everything is so watered down. The lines between these things are so blurred that none of them matter. To me, I don't call myself an alpha or a beta. I call myself a MGTOW. And there will be a point in time where I'm going to put that down and I'm going to walk out there and I'm going to take care of life. That point in time hasn't come yet. I still feel like I have a lot to say on this matter, a lot to say on these subjects. Plain and simple. Still have a lot to do. I try to get some of it done over here at this model station. Not very successful here lately. I have to be honest with you. I've pulled in a whole bunch of parts and custom parts and stuff so that I can make some custom cars for some former racers out there. And I enjoy doing that. And it's going to be fun as fuck to sit down and finally get to it and do it right. And you'll know when I'm doing that because I won't make a video for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But I'll let you know ahead of time what's going on so that you're not twisting in the wind and wondering what the fuck happened. Did they kill my man again? Did they cancel that bitch again? Oh, Hammer gets punked, man. YouTube punking Hammer. That's terrible. Rotten some of my bitches. One fast DAC. Use a VPN. I'm on a VPN right now. I was on a VPN the last time. MGTOW Life at One Fast DAC. I feel better by the day, and thank you. And that's a relief to hear that, MGTOW Life. That's outstanding. Very, very cool shit. Huh? I know. Go use them. Quit running into walls. Sorry. Big pitch. Doing fine. Today set forth a series of events which affect every man and woman on Earth. I joined the aid force less than 7 years ago. No regrets, but I wonder what things would be like otherwise. Air Force. Air Force. I don't know. But if I was put in the position of taking that fucking needle to remain there, I'd just take my dishonorable and I'd go. It's going to be what it's going to be. That's just me, though. That's just me. I'm kind of stupid, kind of bullheaded. I kind of understand, and I've said this before, and I think I said it in the last live. I'm not anti-needle. I'm not anti-shot. I'm not anti-helping anyone. What I am is incredibly suspicious of this shit. It hasn't done anything for us except hurt us. To me, I consider this to be crimes against humanity. Is what it is. It's crimes against humanity. And they're going to answer for it. When is the question? To me, when is the question?
I'm going to get some cereal.
Don't get too much. You get sick on that shit. All right. Psychosoap, what the fuck? What's up with Lil Hammer running into walls, man? He stood right over there. We're going skating tonight. He's going skating. You will never catch me on wheels. Not those wheels. Got me a corner right over there. And he goes, 4 hours. And he turned around and beat the fucking wall up. Polska Bob at SCE doing a live stream later. Do I need to stay sober? I don't know. Maybe a drunk Polska on a live stream would be kind of cool. Big Pitch executive branch employees are screwed because they have to take the blow weapon. I don't think they have to do anything, but I heard they can opt out by getting tested every week. So they wouldn't make your life fucking hell by stabbing you in the sinuses every week with something that can poison you. No thanks. No, fuck them. Fuck the job. See you later. Fuck that. There's no way. Successful endeavors. Yes, Davina, look up FANG on the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange. Lazy Wastelander, if they force the jab in me, I'll kill everyone I can get my hands on until they put me down like an animal. I'm not taking it under any circumstances at this point. I couldn't agree more. I'm right there with you as far as that is concerned. Retarded Dwarf, I don't want aborted baby DNA in my body, Hammer. I don't either. You know, we heard about a few years ago, this sick fucking disgusting shit that was happening in the makeup industry. They were using the foreskin of baby boys that had been aborted as part of their makeup regimen. It was mixed into their makeup. These Hollywood fucking freaks. I'm sure that if you go and look that up on the net right now, something will pop up. I don't think Google went and cleansed that one. They're pretty good about doing that shit, though. It's absolutely fucking nauseating what people do. And it's a fucking shame. It's a shame that saying that it's nauseating is hate speech. You know how that goes. Let me jump up here. We started getting comments. Blue Skink, I wish everybody had the balls to move off the grid in mass and homestead the national forests in mass. Yeah, man. I wish that we hadn't lost our skills. You know, we are the descendants of the people that carved this country out. You know, no disrespect to Indians, natives, whatever the fuck they have labeled them now. The people that were resting here before us, right? Nobody did that. They fought massive, nasty battles. They killed each other in droves. They conquered one another for a millennia until we got here. My descendants showed up here in 1632. 1632. That's pretty amazing to me. My descendants founded Andover, Massachusetts. My descendants have landmark homes and streets named after them listed in the National Registry. I'm very proud of that. Very proud to know that we have people that have been in very, very high places, prominent places. And then you look around and you wonder what the fuck happened. Where did it all go? I think demoralization is part of the deal. You demoralize the populace. You make them doubt themselves. You make them doubt why their country exists. You make them doubt their place in history. But if those people know that that's what's going on, then it's a different fight, a different discussion altogether. And I think that that's the discussion that we're having right now. And it's not going to end anytime soon. These people that currently hold all of these institutions at bay, that own everything, they will not bend to this shit. They are going to fight tooth and nail to keep what they've got. They're not going to give it up. They're not going to give it up. And that's going to be where we have the big problem. These people cannot be allowed to continue to run these institutions, not just run them into the ground, but run them at all. They have proven themselves to be unfit in every way. And it's only a matter of time before people start going after them. Plain and simple. You know the Maxine Waters strategy? You find these people anywhere. You find them in a restaurant. You find them at their homes. You find them at the gym. Make a circle, make a crowd, make them uncomfortable. It's not going to be that easy this time. It's not. It surprises the hell out of me that I haven't heard about somebody getting killed, because this is the way it's going to go. People keep pushing this shit. That's what's going to happen. And there ain't too many people out there with balls that are going to say that's what's going to happen, because they're too afraid they're going to get demonetized, because they're chicken shit about losing their channel. The channel is not your life. It's not. And you shouldn't be a fucking coward and kowtow to these people. For fuck's sakes, Undead Chronics on what? Channel number 15? That shit matters. It matters. You can't be a coward. If you embrace being a fucking coward, you're done. You're done before you even get started. Doesn't mean that you have to go out and grab a broadsword and braveheart the shit out of people that you see. You just got to stand up for yourself. Mr. Former, driving, drinking coffee, listening to the Hammer. Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing, Mr. Former? Bro, hit me up, man. Get in that fucking email, Hammerhandtmm @ProtonMail. And give me an email, man. I've got something that I've got working, and I want to talk to you about it. You know, it includes the van. Don't make the van roll. We got to get the van equipped. Mr. Pliskin, I want to try to get you back. Boy, this piece of shit jumped. Sorry. Fuck. Uh-oh. There it is. Mr. Pliskin, 3 years ago, I told many in confidence, particular phases that will be pushed onto them. Social distancing was one. Coming up, domestic terrorist. You better be ready for that one. The unvaccinated officially today have been declared domestic terrorists. You will have an opportunity to surrender yourself for inoculation, or we will have to come and get you. You like the sound of that? That's where it's going. That's where it's going. Blue Skink, invest in Helium. It will go buku soon due to vaccine injuries. Success Pool Endeavors. Former Force. Hashtag Former Force. James Gregory at Anglo Jamaican MGTOW. Thanks, Anglo. Mandate. It's not uncommon. Pepsi was caught doing that as well. Pepsi, fucking Coke, Nestle. Who hasn't been caught? Mandate. It's not uncommon. Blah, blah, blah. Captain Will watched the vaccine whack million in 2 years. I hope that it's not the case. They're not going to list it as a vaccine death. You know that they won't. They won't list it as a vaccine death. Son of a bitches. One fast Dak. Brother Farmer in the house. Zool, Master Wrench. Not surprised at all. People will do the most twisted shit for their own image. Of course they will. Davina Duckworth. Watch the Townsend's channel on YouTube for 17th century crafts content. I love it. Outstanding. Anglo-Jamaican MGTOW. Howdy, Brother Hammer. Greetings from the UK. What's up in the UK? I hope that you men over there are planning. I hope that you're planning. because this bullshit that has gone on over there, the filthy, nasty, dirty shit that has been happening to your females over there needs to be accounted for. Needs to be accounted for. And you must get that fucking foreign mass out of your country. They have no place there. They have no place here. We've got enough fucking problems. We need to take care of ourselves and stop giving fucking trillions of dollars in resources to other countries. We need to take care of ourselves. Just my opinion. Blue Skink, same here, Hammer. My family has been here since the 1600s. I am a descendant of John Alden of the Mayflower. Which Mayflower? It's my understanding that there were 26 Mayflowers. Are we talking about Jamestown Mayflower? Mr. Former, soap, Psycho Soap, do. James Bond, the Spanish were here before the 1600s. I know. Zool, if I recall correctly, Elizabeth Bathory used the blood of virgin girls thinking it would keep her youthful looking. She did. And she was insane. That's insane. And there are so many female psychopaths, female serial killers that you don't know about and have never heard of because they don't push that. It has to be sugar and spice and everything nice. Got to have them nice little pointy, puffy nipples. You got to be able to see the claw downstairs, the angry clam, as my brother calls it. Yeah, nobody can be evil except men. Blue Skink, James Bond. I have a relative that fought the Spanish in England and was the last one left fighting for his pub. They killed him, but it still stands, the only building left from the time in its mouse hole. Mouse hole? I don't know what that word is. Never seen that before. Our family came from a place called Warewell in the southwest of London, and we were descended from there, or ascended from there to the Netherlands. And our original, you're going to love this, our original family name was God. G-O-D. That's pretty funny. The Narc Files show at MGTOW Life, it was designed to fall. Pulse Kebab, Ken doing a live stream later. Don't know nothing about it. Greg Smith, Brewster the Elder was an ancestor of mine. I've heard that name. One Fast Act, that's Twisted Brother Zool. Damn right it's twisted. It's fucked up. Clint, 2211, Hammerhand, I stand ready with my boomstick. Kaboom. You fucking get up here a little bit. That thing skipped again. I'm sorry, gentlemen. Big Pitch, my great uncle went to jail for 1 year back in the 1930s because he was bank robber John Dillinger's car mechanic. Wow, that's a terrible way to get put in jail. You did mechanic work and you get fucking canned? He made Dillinger's car into a getaway car. So what? Shouldn't get canned for it. James Gregory, Hammerhand, please don't stop doing what you're doing. Did I stop? I did not stop. I never stopped. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Man, I can't make that promise. You know, at my age, I don't have much time. Literally, could be deceased tomorrow. But I know that my life is at least halfway over. I don't think I will live to see 100, and in a couple of months, I'll be 52. So it's time. It's time. I've been doing this for 6 years now. 6 years. I've been exposed to millions of people. There are people that mention me when I happen to hear it, and I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm not thumping my own chest. In live streams and in regular videos that I would have never thought my name would come out of their mouth. And I'm not talking about haters. I'm not talking about people that set about to sabotage you because they suffer from jealousy. Unfortunately, jealousy is an out of control disease everywhere now today. That is unfortunate. I wouldn't want anybody to be jealous. You've got nothing to be jealous of. I tell the truth. That's it. The truth is incredibly powerful. It's incredibly powerful. You get killed for telling the truth, especially if you tell it too long. Ask Bill Cooper. Successful endeavors. The pandemic was designed to destroy small business, the backbone of American culture, and it succeeded. It succeeded. How many billions went to the coffers of Amazon, eBay, all of these mega corporations out here? That's exactly what it was meant to do. Exactly what it was meant to do. One thing amongst other things. Red Pill Doomer, you're going to get your 3D printer if they take your guns. If they take my guns, I got swords. They ain't going to take my guns. They'll take the guns off of a corpse. They'll take the guns off of a corpse. I know a lot of people say that. A lot of people would just absolutely, oh, well, okay, here you go. Not me. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I understand that my rights, as they are written in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, are being undermined at a phenomenal rate. When the fucking sitting president can come on there and equate people that don't take a shot to murderers, you know you've got some fucking problems. You got some problems. And when 50% of the fucking population out here is shaking their heads like, yep, they're murderers. Yep, sure are. Sure are. I want to protect my life. And why don't you want to protect me? And fuck you. Me. That's the type of person, the type of society that we have bred. These people have been bred to be exactly what they are. That should scare the shit out of anybody that has half a brain. Just my opinion. One Fast Act. That's awesome at Big Pitch. Zool at One Fast Act. Yeah. And she was never executed for it, just locked in her house because she was royalty. Mr. Forma. Oh, yeah. A van mission. Yeah. Absolutely. The trial of true men at Red Pill Doomer. Someone finally brought up that point. Boom, shalak lock. JD, Yuri Bezmenov. Hammer? Yuri was, I think, telling the truth, but I think people like Bezmenov are never showing you all of their cards. Ever. Maybe he did. I don't think that he did, though. They don't have any reason to show you everything. I mean, you're going after them, hanging on their every word. So they don't have any reason to show you everything. Speed Gnome. People are broke. Things are getting very bad. For the first time, I am thinking of getting a gun license just in case. Save a little bit of money by a little gold, a little silver, and food. Just remember the things that are most important in life. When I see people talking about how much silver and gold and guns they're going to buy, if you have to bug out, there's only so much of anything that you can take with you. Just remember that, because that shit matters, and it's going to continue to. It's going to matter more now than it ever has. Neil Jedi 1, crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. Absolutely. Great Conan line. The 95th Phantom didn't get a notification for this. I'm shocked. I'm horrified. No way. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't get notifications for anything that has my face on it. the 95th Phantom. Sorry, Hammer. Why? Don't be sorry. It wasn't you. There's nothing for you to be sorry about, bro. Badass Taco. They're going to mask up like animals, like those gorillas at the Atlanta Zoo. That got the koofy. The Zunatic undoes their politics. I don't know what to say about these motherfuckers. I really don't. Clint, 2211, Hammerhand. I stand ready with my boomstick. Shit, I already read that. Polska Bob, 3 stops to go, burger or wings? I don't know, man. I've never been a wing guy unless they were boneless wings. And then what the fuck's the point, right? They're fucking nuggets. I'm a burger person myself. Love burgers. No one buzz nut. No one. Number 1 buzz nut. And the makeup industry, you know that pad and makeup women splash over their face that's got asbestos in it, which is cancer. It probably explains after 20 years or so of using that fucking shit why their faces look like they've got trench foot on their faces. You ever seen trench foot? It's fucking hideous. And that's the way a lot of them look. And that's unfortunate. I mean, there's this one broad on TikTok. My God, bro. No fucking makeup, right? She has no teeth. She had some type of a genetic tooth decay or disease. A lot of folks were calling her a meth head, like a recovered meth head. She wasn't a meth head. She just had a genetic problem and she lost her teeth. But she does these transformations, right? Where she shows you exactly what she looks like with all of that shit. And then she flops her fucking hair up. And it's like, what the fuck? A lot of people are like, no, that's not the same girl. That's impossible. I said, no, it's the same fucking woman. She has a whole channel dedicated to doing those kinds of makeovers on herself. Same girl. And goddamn, that's another reason that I despise makeup. I became familiar with the makeup industry reading about Pete Revson. Pete Revson is the son of the founder of Revlon. And you should read some of the shit that he says about makeup. He is dead ass spot on, very, very cold analysis, and very, very true. You should read the shit that the founder of Revlon said about women and makeup. It's an eye-opener. It's an eye-opener. And it was no different with Max Factor. It was no different with anybody else that was making that shit, that was making cosmetics. And somehow or another, females have fallen into this shit, and they're like, I don't do it for you. I do it because I want to. That's a lie. That's a lie. You do it because you're programmed to fucking do it. Because if you don't do it, you're going to be sitting out there on fucking Lonely Island while all of the other made up, painted up bitches are getting the dick and getting the money and getting the free rides. With very few women out here that know any fucking thing outside of being made up, fake up, very few. Sean MacD, think there's an Oscar Wilde quote about a woman's face being a work of fiction. I think you're probably right. Psychosoap, chicks be looking like the hills have eyes. Holy shit. Big pitch. Hills have eyes. Big pitch. Everyone can feel how bad things are in society, from those online to those around me. We can all feel something big is coming. FEMA camps in all likelihood. Well, I'm telling you right now, if that starts, the motherfucking slaughter starts. If that starts, it's not going to stop until everybody's dead. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about them. I think that they know it too. And the stupid motherfuckers just can't get around being who they are. Oh, man. Why do we have these webcam chat fucking pieces of shit popping up here? That these assholes actually advertise on a fucking chat stream. That's goddamn YouTube. Fucking dog shit motherfuckers. I can't stand that fucking. That's so stupid. Greg Smith, yep, I sail. Sort of acquainted with maritime law. Unfortunately, that is getting diluted by UN treaties. Yes, it is. LH Paul, lost all my guns in a water skiing accident. Damn. I've never taken my guns water skiing. That's something to think about. Shay Necht, no hammer, toot your horn, brother. In my opinion, you have become #1 in red pill. I don't know about that. There'd be some motherfuckers that are going to stand up and they're going to get all puffy and they're going to tell you, nah, we're trying to teach you how to get women. For God's sakes, please keep doing what you're doing. Yes, sir. For now, it's not gone. I promise that. For now, it's not gone. Unless I drop dead. And there's some motherfuckers praying for that. There it is. I'm sorry. There it is. Blue Skink. AO is a good friend once told me jealousy is by far the most dangerous emotion. And when you see somebody experiencing it, run. I agree. Jealousy, I think, is the most primal emotion, and it's an indicator of somebody that has no control over how they feel, think, and react. And that's fucking dangerous. That's real dangerous because it's going to lead them to attempt to harm somebody in some way. Not necessarily a fucking gun, or a knife, but in some way harm their reputation. People always do that when they start acting out of jealousy. They start acting like assholes like that. They can't have something that somebody else is fortunate enough to have. I was always happy for the people around me that achieved. I never took it as a personal slap that somebody did something that I didn't do. If I really wanted to do it and be good at it, I would have done it and been good at it. I'm not in a competition with other people just because. I don't like that. Not a fan of that. Mandate tyrannical government with sheep protecting them just so they can go out and be a consumer. Shaking my head. Yeah. Retarded dwarf. Me. Hammer. I did it. Me. Big pitch. So, if the military goes door to door taking guns and forcing the bioweapon in our arm, what are we to do with those military members? Kill them. I'm sorry I said it. Somebody decides that they're going to walk in here and try to shove poison in me against my fucking will. I'm going to shoot to kill them. Get the fucking stream deleted. Delete the goddamn channel. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you straight like that. That's how I'm going to tell you. If somebody tries to approach me in such a fucking way as to force that shit on me, they better come strapped. They better come with their buddies, a bucket 6 fucking deep, because I'm not going out like that. I'm going to kill them. That's just the way it's going to go. I'm not playing with these motherfuckers, and they better know that I'm not playing with them. Blue Skink, big pitch. You already know the answer to that. Jim McIntosh, disinformation. Zool, once you're dead, you won't be alive to notice. Boom! There you go. I'm not worried enough of the temporary pain to not defend myself. Absolutely. Shay Necht, cold dead hands. Absolutely. ELD, shoot him. Nuremberg didn't spare anyone who was just doing their jobs. You goddamn right. Jesus Guerra, good Peter Cullen impersonation. Thanks, brother. It gets better, but my voice is a little rocky right this second. Big pitch. That's one less who said if you don't get in your house, you become the enemy. Staff Sergeant Cindy Bronson. Fuck that bitch. Now you see what the military has become. The fucking military is loaded with SJWs. Intentionally, on purpose. Uh-oh. Jim McIntosh, there is something called what he didn't tell you. There is a something called what he didn't tell you, I guess. Successful endeavors, when the people become like sheep, the government will become the wolves. And they abso-fucking-lutely do. Get that shit out of there. Get that shit out of there. Why do these motherfuckers put these things in my fucking chat? These scumbag pieces of shit. Wow, there's a lot of them. Are they even going anywhere? Hang on, guys. Let me clear something out real quick. No, they're not even going nowhere. We're going to put these motherfuckers in timeout. How about that? And keep timing them out. Papa Rod Cassidy, what's up, Hammer? Keep hitting the truth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We try. Greg Smith, unlawful orders need not be obeyed. I agree with you, except they're not going to agree with you. We've seen hundreds and thousands of examples of cops overstepping, getting schooled by the people. Motherfuckers on the street have more knowledge about how to do this than the police that go to these camps to learn how to do it. They go to these paralegal camps so that they can become amateur hour fucking attorneys, paralegals, you know, which is not an attorney, but it's like a helper to an attorney, to a lawyer. That's fucked up. And then they get ass hurt because they're getting schooled, and then shit pops off. It always gets fucking stupid. Cyberzoni, my bug out van can hold a lot of ammo. Just saying. Boy, I got a trunk I can pack a good sized body in. So, yeah, I can relate. Not that I'd ever do that. Big pitch at Blue Skink, yes. And it's sad that they will unfortunately follow unlawful orders. 129 of you crazy son of a bitches still in the house. 156 Fonzies, man. Hey, thank you for being here. God Almighty, almost 2 hours and 46 minutes now. 47 minutes. Jesus, this is unbelievable. Zool, love them burgers. Oh, man, I love burgers. Big pitch, everyone can feel how bad things are in society. Fuck, I already read that. I'm going to go and try something else. A trial of true men at Big Pitch. How much is enough until you say it's time? Following orders isn't a valid point when you're being threatened to that degree. I agree. I say this coming from a place of being tested. Absolutely. I don't disagree. Is it EL or EI? Oh yeah, I've seen that meth head's makeup channel. She's not a meth head. She's not a meth head, but it's fucked up, man. Zool, makeup is perfect for a creature as deceitful as them. I agree. Damn it. I'm sorry, gang. It jumped again. Let me find out where I just was. Fuck that shit. I'll be damned. Jim McIntosh, trench foot is basically frostbite and athlete's foot at the same time. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you see how when you pull it apart, it fucking cracks. I mean, it cracks to the fucking white meat. Serious cases, anyways. Luke Chase, makeup is good for clowns, and that's kind of all they are anymore. But I have to be fair. That's kind of all men are anymore. You know, the society at large has degraded so badly. It's hard for me to believe, coming from where I came from, that society is what it is today. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. It's actually pretty fucking crazy, pretty insane. Phil D's, does that X still try to get at you? What you can do for her? No. She called a week ago, said, "What's up?" And I deleted and blocked the number. I ain't got no time for that shit. It was a valuable lesson that I could give to all of you. Some of you, very few of you, didn't care for it. And that's cool. I understand why you didn't care for it. But for those of you that are kind of in the know and understand why it was done, you can understand when somebody approaches you now that they have ulterior motives, especially if it's somebody that you were involved with. You're safe. You're trusted to some degree by them. They probably fucking did you dirty and feel real comfortable about doing you dirty again. They think that they know you. They think that they can manipulate you. And I showed you all of that in that video. Those 2 videos, as a matter of fact, which are on Odysee and MGTOW TV and Manosphere TV. You should go watch them. Tony Cook, not just their face, fake everything now. Blue Skink, I agree, Hammer. Lazy Wastelander, I'm not going in a camp either. I'm not. Hell fucking no. You haven't been vaccinated, sir. The UN decree says, boom, boom, boom. I hope you brought your fucking body bags. Fuck you. That's how that's going to go. And then Hammer be a fugitive, baby. I'll limp along. I can't go that fast. Hammer be a fugitive. Because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Look, I've lived some good years. I've collected some pretty fucking cool stuff, right? I've had the pleasure of having it all in my presence. When it comes time to fight for your life and your freedom and your independence, you have a choice. You can do it, or you can just not do it. You can live. You can get your 3 squares. You can run up on a motherfucker and do any old thing that you want to do, as long as the state approves it. You can get dressed and take a bath when they tell you. You can lock down when they tell you. You can live, love, and lie when they tell you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see a lot of people ever pull into the camera like this, and now I'm seeing it a lot more. And I'm proud of that. Tall, the sentient. A lot of my relatives don't wear makeup because we already look good, but even the ones who don't wear makeup are a bunch of thoughts. Yeah, well, I can agree with you. Makeup doesn't make you a thought or not. Pretty much being a female today makes you a thought. There are some good women out here. I cannot perpetrate such a humongous fraud as to say there are no good women. When we say AWALT, all women are like that, right? The acronym. When we say AWALT, I'm going to speak for me. I'm not going to speak for you. When I say AWALT, I'm talking about law. I'm talking about the ability that they have to trip that fucking hammer and put your ass in the meat grinder. That's what I mean when I say AWALT. So I hope that that's clear now, almost 3 hours into this. That's fucking crazy. 3 hours is ridiculous. 136 of you madcaps. Oh, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. James Gregory, women in the UK who don't wear makeup look like Sloth from the Goonies. Hey, you guys! Oh, Baby Ruth. Big pitch. Look at Australia. Their government is literally interning citizens in camps under the guise of quarantining. I know. Give up your guns. It'll be okay. Fuck them. Fuck all of them. We know what time it is. One fast Dak. I reported them, Hammer. Cool. Awesome. They'll probably cancel my channel then. I did that on TikTok. I reported somebody for animal cruelty. My channel got fucking canceled. How fucking crazy is that? It's crazy. Crazy shit. Jim McIntosh, I found evidence of foreskin stem cells being used to generate makeup. That's it. Yeah, that's the one. Psychosoap, Master Wrench. The wrench mob be tooling them. Be tooling them up. Oh, I love that. That's outstanding, bro. That's wonderful. Tony Cook. They will mandate all firearms have to have water wings soon. Yeah, bro. Lakes are going to be full of goddamn firearms and ammo. Higanino Morales. Did I get that right? I probably fucked that up. Sorry about that, brother. Higanino Morales. That's the chick that be giving out those gummies. Yeah, probably. You know, you don't want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you this. Having somebody gum your penis during a blowjob is amazing. It's amazing. Been there. I'm a little ashamed of that, but still, been there. Shaynette. I've despised fake up since the 1990s. I used to tell my ex-wife to stop, but to no avail. I would tell her the toxicity, and now it's come home to roost. Tell her of the toxicity. Yeah, I bet it has. You know, you do that shit regular enough, you're killing your skin. They don't get that. When I see a bitch, a couple of days ago, I was standing at the convenience store. I was getting my lunch, getting ready to go back to the job. I just walk across the street and grab my lunch. And a woman walked in. You know, she was petite. She was okay looking until she turned around. Her fucking face was 10 shades different than her neck. Bro, it was hard to look at her. I really wanted to say something. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with your face? But, you know, I figured it out. That's makeup. That's makeup. When they say I'm going to go put my face on, they aren't fucking joking. They literally put another face on with the makeup. And it's really quite disturbing. It is very disturbing. You ever kiss a mouth or a cheek with all that makeup on? It's fucking revolting. It feels all waxy and shit. Fuck all that. I'm no fan. Psychosoap. So what you're saying, Jim, is that these chicks literally be wearing dick to the face. Yep. They're so enticed with dick, they have it in their makeup. Fuck a hoe. Fuck them bitches. Fuck them. Lazy Westlander. Hate myself for it, but I pay premium YouTube. Well, they have some benefits. You know, ain't nobody perfect. They get money for me from watching ads anyway, so I might as well spend $15 a month to not be bothered. Ads are why I don't watch TV. Well, and it sucks. Ads fucking suck. You know, I never thought I'd find myself in a position of liking commercials. Like, seriously, from back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, I kind of like commercials. It's weird. It's very strange. I collect them. Very strange. Tall the Sentient. Most blue-pilled people have jealousy issues. I don't know about most, but I would go along with that. Sure. Jim McIntosh, they're using newborn injury to look pretty. Yeah, it's fucking revolting. It's revolting. Those bitches, I don't know what you were looking at there, Jim, but those bitches come out and they say it. Yes, there's foreskin stem cells mixed into this shit. And you get the stem cells directly from the deceased baby. I don't even know what to fucking say. I don't know how to say anything about that other than it's revolting, it's stomach churning, it's disgusting. But people pile on to shit like that, especially in goddamn Hollywood. Cheers. McDonald, if I have to take the vaccine, it'll be the Johnson & Johnson. I'm not taking none of them. Big pitch at the Narc Files. At the Narc Files show, you're in Australia right now? Question mark. Jim McIntosh, it's not a vaccine. That's something that we should stop doing, is calling this a vaccine. It's not a vaccine. It is an actual DNA modifier. It's a DNA modifier. It fucks with the building blocks of what you are. I'm not taking that. I'm not doing that. Ever. I would rather be dead. Let me say it again. I would rather be dead, deceased, on my way to the pearly gates, hopefully, than have to fuck with something like that. Even if I got to live another 20 years. That is not the point. That's not the point. The point is that nobody has the goddamn right to tell you what you have to be stabbed with. No fucking way. No way. You ain't going to get me on that fucking train. Never, ever, ever. Tony Cook, it is gene therapy, as they have absolutely stated, with no equivocation. They have said it outright. It is therapy is one of those wishy-washy fucking words. It's gene modification. It is designed to alter your DNA. I like my DNA right where it's at. No, thank you. No, thank you. Badass Taco. Lots of us understand you don't negotiate with terrorists or traitorous government. Both are the same. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I really think that a lot of people are starting to understand that shit. And Wrench is in the chat. Thank you so much for doing the job that you're doing. I appreciate all of you very much. And that's why I gave you guys the wrench, because I can trust you to bust these motherfuckers in the mouth when they start playing around. Mouth agape ape. I'm back. Had to do some work. What did I miss? Oh, I don't know. Just a whole bunch of me, blah, 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 talking shit and getting a little bit heated over certain things, but that's okay. I'll gladly share that with y'all. Jim McIntosh, it's an experimental mRNA therapy, not a vaccine. Number one buzz cut, we are protecting them. We are protecting them. We're just staying away from them. I don't know what that means, bro. I think that came out wrong. Sorry about that. Mr. Pliskin, just call me Snake. We have a National Guard station in town. There's a reason I drive by and count how many Humvees with 30 cows attached to them there are, and watch the fluctuations for any indiscretionaries. Yes, sir. We also watch these trains that are running by with tanks, Humvees, Bradleys on them. I realize that they have to be transported, heavy transport. I get it. It's just that I question a little bit of the timing sometimes. Jim McIntosh, what he didn't tell you. Shay Neck, they'll come with F-15s and nuclear missiles. You want to go against this government, you're going to need F-15s because we're going to drop some bombs on you. This guy is a walking, talking gaff machine. He's not even fucking there. I'm sure that they have to give him shots of fucking adrenaline just to keep him alive. Fucking dude, man. Shay-necked, and it just fucking jumped. Sorry about that. Let me go to the bottom here, and I'll go back up top. And sorry if I missed your comments, but don't take it personally. Zool, Master Wrench, Butterface. One fast Dak. They put on war paint, Hammer. I know they do. Come get this shotgun. Fuck them. Mr. Morales, it's a facade. It's witchcraft. It's kind of close. I remember very clearly the first time I saw a woman who was made up like that. It made me feel a certain kind of way. I don't mean horny. I mean, it was magical. It was magical. I'm one of the very few people that I've ever met. Yes, I have met myself. One of the very few people that I have met that will admit that will say that out loud. It was magical. Magical. I still remember that feeling that I got. I mean, it was fucking crazy. It was crazy. You lose track of all your senses, man. That's what that shit is designed to do. I won't say that there's scientific evidence, but there's a lot of work that's been done that goes into the idea of women practicing what's called neoteny. It's to make them appear young and youthful and fuckable, and you will give them any fucking thing to experience that. And that's how our culture has grown, and it has grown backwards. That is backwards ass fucking thinking. Shouldn't be like that. The idea of makeup has been around since the time of the Egyptians, the Pharaoh Egyptians. Probably earlier, but it's credited to the Egyptians. And it had a desired effect. And it achieved. It achieved. See, when women can do that to themselves, they can get just about any fucking thing that they want. If that fella who is the target, and don't think of it as anything other than that, you are a target, you have something that they want. Whether it's your money, your power, your stature, that's a big one. You know, these crazy motherfuckers that are talking about, I can't date nobody that's at least 6 foot because I like to wear heels. What a vacuous, backwards thing to say. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. But that's what they do. It's what they do. Jim McIntosh, you know what about China? If it has a dog on the label of a can, that's what's in it, not what it's for. Sometimes when they have the dog festivals, people are really trying to crack down on China about the dog festivals. But there's a good chance that if you go over there, man, and you grab yourself some street food, it's dog. It just is what it is. Vanish Mantle, my sister works from home and she puts on makeup even though she does not go anywhere or see anyone to have to wear it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Successful endeavors. Got to smooth things out with a can of Bondo. Damn fucking right. Fuck them. Badass Taco. China isn't meddling internally in the USA. Jesuits and Catholics are. Masons are. I don't know, probably compromised. I'm going to tell you that's somewhat right. But with the leaks that dropped here a few months ago confirming that there were 1.5 million embedded Chinese agents in the United States, that information is incorrect. The Chinese are interfering internally in this country, and they've been doing it for a long time. And people are trying to blame it on the fucking Russians. I'm not saying the Russians don't have a footprint here, because they do. If we had shit locked up tight the way that it should be, if we were a little more Russian-like, it wouldn't be happening. As it is, we got problems, like big problems. And it's hard to get people to understand just how serious this shit is. They just don't want to accept it. They do not want to accept it. Jim McIntosh, all women can be like that. Damn right. Successful endeavors. No, Taco, they're heavily invested. Mandate. Foreskin, urine, and even snail extract in makeup, and yet they wear it with pride. More reasons to go your own way and leave them to their madness. I remember a number of years ago, I can't remember the brand of shampoo, but there was a shampoo brand that was advertising gleefully that they used whale placenta in their mix. And hoes were fucking crazy for it. Whale placenta. How did they get the whale placenta? You think they walked up to the whale and said, hey, whale, we would like to get your baby's placenta. Can you help a motherfucker out, please? Or do you think it's more likely that they slaughtered pregnant whales to get the placenta? Think about that. Tony Cook, go watch some of the Asian women YouTube and TikTok, contacts, fake eyelashes, bits, pieces of blank up their noses to shape them, tape on the face and makeup over that. Side by side is night and day. Yeah, I've seen some of those and they're fucking hideous. They're hideous. Hideous. Zool, multiple whistleblowers already dead when trying to speak on the vaccine. What a coincidence. I think the Clintons would blush at the effectiveness of killing these fucking people that are blowing whistles about these vaccines. Dozens of them. Dozens. And they didn't die from COVID, by the way. Number one, buzz nut. Sometimes you got to follow orders to get closer to your enemy, who remembers that old saying, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Captain Will, they will need to look into my eyes and pull the trigger. before I get that jab. Yes, sir, I agree. Successful endeavors. Hammerhand, look up the FDA approval, and it's still under emergency use authorization, which is illegal. I've been following that one. Yes, that is illegal. And it won't get used. And if they try to use it, it's going to pop off. It's just that simple. Big pitch. They won't stop until all humans on Earth are poisoned with that bioweapon and the global population is lowered to around 500 million. Can't say that you're wrong, brother. Can't say that you're wrong, Jim McIntosh. One more again. What the hell happened to the left saying, my body, my choice? Well, Big Daddy government gave them new marching orders. My body, my choice. It doesn't apply to y'all. You stupid. It doesn't apply to you. It applies to women. You don't get a choice. What the hell's wrong with you? You know better than that. You don't get no choice. 3 fucking hours and 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 134 of y'all in the house, 172 Fonzies, man. This is epic. Now, if I had 38,000 subs, there'd probably be about 600 people in here partying. But because I'm me, that don't happen. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm happy to entertain you, 138 of you, all of you. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, 138. Polska Bob, I enjoy Hamster's channel just for the commercials. He's interesting. He's an interesting character. Red D, I dropped a bomb this morning in the bathroom. Holy shit. Did I really need to read that? I didn't really need to read that. I gotta take care of myself before I start reading these shits. Literally. Mr. Pliskin, my AKs are way better. Man, I've seen some fucking great AKs here lately, down here at the gun range. These guys really know their shit down here. Badass Taco, and too many people have died for freedom to ever concede a drip of it to tyrants. That's the meaning of the United States of America. The United States of America would be massively cool if we just got rid of the federal government. The federal government is a fucking waste of time, money, resources. The federal government is bullshit, and it needs to go. It needs to go. They had their chance. They've had 245 fucking years, and they have pissed it all away. They have eviscerated their citizens. They have wiped them out. They have transferred most of the wealth of this country to other countries. I don't think that we need the federal government anymore. I think we do just fine on our own, state to state. Fuck the federal government. That's just my opinion. Zool, nukes should have never been made. I agree with you, 100%. They shouldn't have, but if we didn't deploy them, who knows how the war would have went. That's a terrible call. Look at any place that the United States has ever set foot in to try to conquer or issue a regime change. Look at the male population of those countries. Look at how effeminate the Japanese have become. Look at how effeminate the South Koreans have become, the Vietnamese, the Cambodians to an extent. Look at how effeminate these men have become after they've been conquered. It's pretty crazy shit. Gigantic populations of ladyboys in all of these countries, all of them, especially in Southeast Asia. The surgeries that happen with these men that turn themselves into females are so convincing that they issue ID cards to these people. And upon demand, are you a boy or a girl? They have to show you the card to avoid being murdered. Because when you play that shit on a man that doesn't swing both ways or any other way, things can get heated. And of course, that is used as a bludgeon and a weapon against men. Trans violence, it's terrible. But you have 4,000 TikTokers that are talking about, I didn't tell him that I was trans while they're kissing the guy. And the guy, he looks a little suspect in most of these videos, feeling him up, having a good time. I didn't tell him that I was trans. Should I tell him? Tee-hee. Yeah, bitch, do you want to stay breathing? Tell the motherfucker. If he decides he wants some twig and berries for lunch, you won't get dead. That's kind of how that one works. Motherfucker. Successful endeavors. Yeah, well, we all laugh at attention whores. Jim McIntosh. Yeah, but we all slow down for yellow lights, don't we? Sometimes. Red pill doomer. The purple street lights can detect you had the vax shot. I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know about that personally, so I'll take your word for it. Greg Smith, blue skink. It depends on which version of the Black Hawk. Oh, man. Pulse Kebab. Where's my damn privateer ship? Well, you got to go pay for it, man. You know better. Vanish Mantle. Women know inherently that youth is fleeting and makeup is the key to tricking men into believing they are all still valuable. They know that their fertility is fleeting and is tied to youth. Sometimes I'll agree with that partially. These people that are coming up today are so vapid and vacuous and oblivious. You know, I know people hate TikTok. I hate TikTok, but it is incredibly valuable as far as insight is concerned. You can see these people, these females, these women that for for 30-year-olds approaching 40, they just don't seem that way. You know, they seem like they're 18 or 19 years old mentally in a 30 or 40-year-old body. I don't understand how to date, or I've come out of a long marriage and it's this and it's that. And what the fuck happened to men? Why are men like this? They're oblivious. They're oblivious. They do not know. They do not understand why men are what they are. Well, it's because of you. Because of you. You might not have done it personally, but the people you hang with did it. They made the new man. And y'all hate the new man. And you can't divorce yourself from your creation. You just can't. 127 of y'all. Crazy. Insane. Jim McIntosh, dude, they sold dog and cat at local restaurant, Chinese restaurant. I ain't making this up for brownie points. I didn't know what the fuck with brownie points. Is that me or somebody else? I know that. I lived in South Florida for almost 30 years. Do you know how many Chinese restaurants got busted for selling fucking dog and cat on the menu? Lots. One of my favorites. Very, very likely that I ended up eating a kitty cat or a dog somewhere down the road. Tasty as fuck, but still a little disturbing. Psychosoap, Master Wrench. Dog equals house cow. House cow? Never heard of that. That's funny. Successful endeavors. JD, we're in an economic cold war with China and we're not winning. It depends on who's in the office. We were 8 fucking months, 8 months into this presidency, and this guy has just fucked up everything. Reneged on every promise made that they ran on. Every single one in 8 months. It's like, nah. Snowby-Wan, brother, one fast act. Big pitch. No such thing as a transgender because a person cannot change their sex or gender. I agree with you. I also agree and must concede that it is possible that men and women are born with different types of brains than they should have. I have to concede that. However, cutting off your dick and having a vagina inserted into your pelvis doesn't make you a woman. You're not a woman. Closing up your pooter hole and having a sausage sewn onto you doesn't make you a man. You're not a man. Sorry, not sorry. Shut the fuck up. Go take your medicine. Some of them are bitches. JD, Russia canceled a shipment of arms to China because Xi said, Vladivostok is traditionally Chinese territory. Well, I didn't hear anything about that. I would have to see some receipts on that. That would be an enormous fucking threat, and I don't see a Vladimir Putin not doing anything about that. But that's just me. Mr. Pliskin, it's the mark of the beast. Captain Will, 99% of the general population in the United States deserve this depopulation, the decade of death. I think if you offered your kids up to this, you've got a reckoning coming. And that's not something that I want to be a part of, and I don't want to see it. Blue Skink, Jim, some think nuclear is a lie and doesn't really exist. Who the hell knows? I'm still on the fence. I don't know either. Success Pool endeavors, the SJW Army will be outdone by the civilian former military, and then to call in the UN. I really absolutely believe that the UN will play a part in this, and that they will try to disperse these fucking troops throughout this country at some point in time if we keep heading down this road. I'm going to tell you what, we start to see UN troops being displayed. Oh, buddy. This is open fucking season. Open season. LH Paul, get rid of the federal government and the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 19th Amendments. Yeah. One fast deck. Here they are again, Jim McIntosh. I'm guessing those aren't made in Russia or China regarding the 7.62 and the 39 user round or rifle. And a large shipment of ammunition was just sent back to Russia that was meant for the U.S. consumer. Shay-necked AKs, absolutely. A trial of true men. It's the scariest phenomena. Makes my stomach hurt sometimes. Jim McIntosh. Gee, maybe all the estrogen from the birth control might be to blame. Yeah. Amongst other things. All the way to the bottom now, gents, and I think I'm going to start to get ready to close this one out. Pulse Kebab, Master Wrench, you guys still going? I'm out of work. Going to grab a burger and some beer. Man, get it. Get that burger and beer. You have fun. Jim McIntosh, well, that's the monosodium glutamate hammer. I know. MSG. Now, they made that illegal here in this country, but I don't know if they stopped using it. 915, you're being controversial now, but I like it. I like controversial people. I'm just telling the truth, brother. I'm not going to say my truth, but it's the truth. It's just the truth. If other people see it in another way, then that's on them. Yozarian Reborn, what's up, Hammer? Don't worry. Yosarian isn't a Muslim name. I wasn't worried at all, bro. I don't have a problem with Muslims. It's from the book Catch-22, whose best advice is to walk backwards so they can't sneak up on you. Well, that's interesting. Absolute knowledge seekers. Damn, Hammerhand on a sick roll. Damn, I need a drink. Go get a drink, man. Go get a drink. I think I'm going to put in 6 more minutes, and I'm going to call it a day on this one at 3.5 hours. Tony Cook at JD while in Russia, most did not really seem to be worried about China or the United States for that matter. Agreed. SCE, we have the house plant that's heavily invested into the Chinese lithium company moving into Afghanistan. Shocker. Look up KATL on the New York Stock Exchange. Absolutely, man. What do you think the Chinese are in there for? The last plane out didn't have its fucking gear up before Chinese ambassadors were talking to the Taliban. And I don't blame them. How easy it is to go in there and just say, hey, look, we're going to give you protection. We're going to give you cover. We just want that mountain over there. They'll do it. The narc files show the mark of the beast is when they put the chip into your body. The tab is the first stage. Well, I don't know about that. I'm a little more philosophically inclined. I think the mark of the beast is what you sell your soul for, or what you're forced into selling your soul for. It could be a tattoo. It could be a needle mark. It could be a vaccine, or not a vaccine, as we call it. It could be anything. It could be anything that compromises your morals and your ethics. It doesn't literally have to be 666. But unfortunately for these fucking bastards out there, they're kind of like that. They like the whole 666 thing. So we'll just go with that. Zool, that South Park episode when Mr. Garrison gets a sex change, was ahead of its time. Wouldn't be allowed to be made now. I don't know about that, man. When they made the Macho Man Randy Savage deal where he converted to a fucking female, I am the strongest. Oh yeah, you come over here, Hogan. You don't mess with Miss Elizabeth, because it's the way it is. Hulkamaniacs are going to understand the madness. Oh, yeah. Son of a bitch. Jai Rai, Hammer. What can we do to prepare? I think at minimum, you at least need a firearm, 100 rounds of ammo for your firearm, a couple of 5-gallon buckets where you can store beans, rice, sugar, salt. Make sure that you put it in food grade quality bags and then close it. Don't put it in the raw bucket. Get you a bug out bag and have a plan. Try not to live in a city. You're going to be better off if you're not living in a city. Just my opinion. Those are the bare minimum things. Start watching prepper channels. Don't pay attention to the doom and gloom shit. Pay attention to the useful parts. And pray if you pray. A badass taco. Shit, it skipped. Sorry about that, taco. Post kebab, guys, I'm out. Have a good one, gentlemen. Thank you for showing Master Wrench. I appreciate the hell out of you for being here. And I think we'll be done here in just a couple of minutes. Success Pool Endeavors, water, food, weapons, and ammo. That's it. Very concise. Yes, sir. Johan Klote. Is it Klote? The narc files show God is not going to come down with a bean scanner. If you know the history of why Protestants lost against Catholics at the Council of Trent, then you know the mark of the beast is what? Circus madness. For what use? I don't know what that means. Jim McIntosh, something wrong with the people that love chips more than their fellow human. They're just cowards. They're just cowards. They would rather live under tyranny than face the thought of death. You can die horrible deaths, but you can live a horrible life. The death don't take too long. It sucks balls when it's happening, of course. But the life lived in slavery takes a lot longer. I wouldn't want to suffer to death, but if it came down to a choice between suffering to death and remaining who and what I am, I would choose to suffer to death. Success Pool Endeavors, Remington, Blue Skink, Shinobi. The first one you find, Greg Smith, Shinobi 1 Mossberg 500 series is good. Yes, I've got the 590. Zool, indeed. Number 1 Buzznut. When the police do that Roman stands, you see throw a petrol bomb at I'm not going to read that. Sorry, bro. Not going to read that. Mouth agape ape, bullets, beans, and bandages. Yes, sir. The Narc show files. I've got a lot of short on my channel. Cool. Cool. Go check out the Narc files and check them shorts out. Shinobi One. Okay, I looked at on our sites here like 300 to 3,000. I don't know what that means. JD at SCE Endeavors. SCE Endeavors. I have a friend in geology information. I will get more if interested. There you go. Gents, I think I'm going to call it a night. 3.5 hours on this mega stream on what I would consider to be a nearly sacred day. Unfortunately, it's mixed with a bunch of bullshit. It's mixed with a bunch of lies and deceit. It's watered down. Its purpose is becoming unknown more and more by the day. And people just go with things like this. There's a lot of hollow tribute out there. You know, your mainstream news sources go along with tearing this country to pieces. They hate the country. They hate the governance. They want to turn it into something instead of a country for someone. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. And they're complicit. And I'm not going to forget that. I hope that you don't either. So, on the way out, we're going to get some of this. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look at all this. Fucking glorious. Oh, I'm crying tears. Well, not right this second, but I might. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Look at it. Sit it right down there, boy, and brush it out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been my pleasure to host you gentlemen and ladies, if there's any ladies in here, and tell you all that much love. Much love. Peace, love, hair grease, all that good shit. Remember, every day above dirt is a very good day. You get to see, smell, hear, breathe. Even in a fucking trash pit, there's something to be valued. You got to find the value in life. You have to find the value of living, of breathing, of being able to see these things out here. You cannot let pain and discomfort control you in every way. You have to have your little victories. You have to. Make sure that you make those things available to yourselves. Gents, I will see you on the next one. Much love, peace, and thank you for tuning in on September 11th, 2021.